lanes near milepost 14, close to the Beaver Valley interchange, when he was hit and killed around 2:30 a.m. Troopers say the driver took off and investigators are still looking for that vehicle. State police note the shoulders in that stretch of the turnpike are narrow, making it especially dangerous for anyone stopped along the road. The highway was shut down for several hours between the Newcastle and Cranberry interchanges, but has since reopened. The investigation is ongoing. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
Tesla is recalling thousands of its trucks because of a lighting issue. Specifically, the front lights are too bright, and the concern is that can distract other drivers and increase the risk of a collision. The recall covers 63,000 2024 through 2026 Cybertrucks. Alaska Airlines is resuming operations after a tech outage led to a ground stop last night. About 230 flights were canceled, including tonight's flight to Pittsburgh from Seattle, and the airline says additional flight disruptions are likely. 8 hours after this IT outage started, Alaska said operations were restored. This was the second ground stop for Alaska this year. A state lawmaker wants to encourage data centers to go green. With more on that story, here's News Radio KDKA's David Ballarado.
With AI and data centers using so much energy, Delaware County State Senator Tim Kearney wants to give them an incentive to run off of solar or other green energy sources. He's circulating a memo to provide a tax break if they go exclusively with alternative energy sources and invest in energy efficiency by 2030.
Data centers are going to happen. We need to figure out how to find power for them and how to find it in a way that's not going to cost all the other ratepayers.
He says solar is the cheapest way of making energy. Kearney says with rates already going up last summer across Pennsylvania due to increased demand, the center should be incentivized to find ways of not using so much power. David Ballarado, News Radio KDKA.
The U.S. Golf Association wants to build a new bridge over the turnpike at Oakmont Country Club. The USGA says this new bridge is needed to support the growing number of spectators at Oakmont. The Tribune Review is reporting the USGA is requesting $5 million in state funds, which would cover nearly half of the overall project's costs. Construction could begin in June 2027. With a weekend of Halloween bar events starting tonight, the South Hills DUI Task Force will be looking for impaired driving. Roving patrols start today. Police are advising people planning to drink this weekend to have a plan for getting home. In a release, they say nobody wants to do field sobriety tests dressed as a goblin. At this hour on Wall Street, the Dow is up 410 points now at 47,145. The Nasdaq up 272 points, and the S&P is ahead by 58. KDKA Sports, Moon visits South Fayette on tonight's high school football game of the week. Our coverage starts with KDKA kickoff at 6 and Game 1 of the World Series at Los Angeles for the Blue Jays and Dodgers. The news is brought to you by P.J. Fitzpatrick. Home improvements with no interest financing if you need it. TrustPJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time 10:03. Time to call Metropolitan Windows. Save 30% off their full line of exclusive Infinity from Marvin fiberglass windows. Call 412-655-8411. 41 and cloudy in Pittsburgh now. AAA traffic and AccuWeather next.
Hi, it's Lynn Hayes Freeland. You know, fall is the perfect time to get outdoors before it gets too cold. That's why AARP Pennsylvania is teaming up with the Allegheny Land Trust for a free walking series for adults 50 and older. Now, there's one coming up on October 24th from 5 to 6:30. It's a spooky, haunted history hike at Dead Man's Hollow Conservation in McKeesport, but you must register in advance at aarp.org/local.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA traffic powered by Bowser. My friend Ellen, what's up?
All right, Marty, the Friday morning ride is a little bit slow for you if you're traveling southbound on I-79, especially around the Moon Run interchange. That's because of a mobile work crew that occasionally is in a lane of travel there, and everybody's a little bit slow going around it, so factor that into your travel times, please. Parkway West inbound is playing the fluctuation game. Right now, we're backing at the top of Green Tree Hill ahead of those Fort Pitt tunnels. And a reminder for you for your overnight tonight, if you're traveling the Parkway West and you are headed eastbound or inbound and near the northbound I-79 exit ramp, that's 64A, that's going to be closed starting at 6 tonight until 7 tomorrow morning as they work to install an anti-icing system there. There will be a posted detour. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
This year's senior class is back at homecoming, reunited and protected with mNEXSpike, the new COVID-19 vaccine from Moderna for adults 65 and older. That's because these seniors know they face the highest risk of severe COVID. mNEXSpike, COVID-19 vaccine mRNA, is a COVID-19 vaccine for people 65 and older and for 12 to 64-year-olds at high risk for severe COVID. You shouldn't get mNEXSpike if you've had an allergic reaction to a previous Moderna COVID-19 vaccine. Rare cases of inflammation of the heart muscle and outer lining have been reported. Common side effects include pain at the injection site, tiredness, headache, muscle or joint pain, chills, nausea, vomiting, and underarm swelling or soreness. mNEXSpike may not protect everyone. This year's senior class came ready with a COVID-19 vaccine that helps them keep showing up. mNEXSpike from Moderna, here for the senior class. Visit mnexspike.com to schedule your vaccine today. That's mnexspike.com.
Steel City Shredding, Pittsburgh's premier locally owned shredding and document management service since 1928. Steel City has been Pittsburgh's trusted name in business services. Today, Steel City Shredding continues that legacy with secure, on-site shredding you can watch happen. From paper and hard drives to media destruction and e-waste disposal, we keep your information safe. And we 100% recycle all materials. Steel City Shredding, secure, on-site, 100% recycled. Visit steelcityshredding.com.
What does living your best nonstop life mean to you? Cheering on your team at that big game? A music festival with friends? A family vacation? Or maybe a vacation from your family? Live your best nonstop life with low fares and nonstop flights only at Allegiant.com.
Non-stop flights from Pittsburgh to Sarasota Bradenton, one way for as low as $57. Must be purchased by 12/3/2025 for travel between 10/28/2025 and 5/17/2026. Seats and dates are limited. Restrictions apply. See Allegiant.com for details.
Here's a harsh fact. 40% of women and almost 20% of men suffer from varicose or spider veins. And if you think this is just a cosmetic problem, think again. Varicose or spider veins, if left untreated, can lead to swollen or discolored legs, cramping, the inability to stand or walk, neuropathy, even worse, blood clots, which can travel to other parts of your body. But here's the good news. Advanced Medical Vein Treatment Centers offers plans that treat and cure the condition, not just cover up. Grab your phone, take down this number, and call 800-587-1248. That's 800-587-1248. When you call, you'll get free information. Free information on how you can live your life to the fullest again. Walk, exercise, sleep well. Your vein problems will not go away on their own, and in time can lead to major health issues. Call Advanced Medical Vein today for free information on fast and easy solutions that are covered by most insurance plans, Medicare included. Call 800-587-1248. That's 800-587-1248 today.
Second opinions.
You get them with your health.
So why not with your wealth?
Your stock market investments deserve a second opinion.
At Henyon & Walsh, it only takes a second
to schedule your free second opinion.
Go online and search for Henyon & Walsh, the second opinion people. Investing involves risk, including the possible loss of principal. Advisory services provided by Henyon & Walsh Asset Management. Securities offered by Henyon & Walsh Inc. Member FINRA SIPC.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Clouds will limit sunshine the rest of today. It'll be brisk and chilly. A few places will get a shower, high 50 to 54. Partly cloudy tonight, though 34 to 38. Tomorrow, intervals of clouds and sun with a high of 53. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Did you miss this week's Allegheny Health Network Medical Frontiers? Log on to the Allegheny Health Network website to listen to your favorite Medical Frontier show. Visit ahn.org/Medical Frontiers podcast and look for your favorite Medical Frontiers show.
It's Marty Griffin on the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
I was on the side of the turnpike, real narrow portion. Before we got married, we had a Honda. And we had a flat tire, and it was pouring down rain, insane winds, and trucks blowing by us. And I'm fixing the flat, and Christine says to me, and this is a true story, we aren't married yet. We don't have any life insurance. What if you die? True story. That is real. My uncle pulled over on the parkway one night to help someone with a flat tire. Car hit him. He lost his leg. Never caught the guy. Never. Yesterday, right as our show ends, Patrick's son got in an accident on 28. Patrick went into immediate defense mode, told his son not to get out of the car, called 911, got fire trucks there, and did exactly what he should have. And Frank Monaco, one of the best state cops ever, sent me this text this morning. And this is amazing. That white line along the road isn't a force field. Man, does that make sense. This, in light of this 21-year-old man gets in an accident on the turnpike, narrow portion, westbound, Beaver Valley interchange. He's walking. Guy hits him, kills him, and takes off. I wanted to mention this so you have some context as to how dangerous it can be out there. And before I grab Frank, I want you to hear this number because it shocked the hell out of me. Because the number of folks killed this way. Last year, more than 3,000 people killed in hit-and-run accidents. 88% of these fatalities occurred in single-vehicle crashes. The risk of being hit at an accident scene is heightened for those who are on foot, on a bicycle, or who have exited their vehicle. Very, very dangerous. Frank Monaco, best state cop I've ever known. Frank, none of this surprises you, does it, sir?
No, sir, it doesn't surprise me at all. I've seen this, and I had 39 years in law enforcement. I saw it so many times. I mean, people, you'll see them at night, even not on a turnpike, but on a two-lane road, walking with their back to traffic, wearing black clothes. People go over that line all the time. I said it's not a force field; it's paint, and people cross over all the time. You have to walk facing traffic. So at least you have a chance if you're seeing cars. It's not safe to walk on those things without a sidewalk. When you're not walking on a sidewalk, it's not safe when it's on a sidewalk completely, but walking on the berm of a road with your back to traffic is crazy.
You almost have to be in a defense mode, Frank.
Yes, and that happens all the time. I mean, there's 7,500 pedestrians, I think, were killed last year.
Yep.
And 1 in 4 were hit and runs. Wow. That's common. And again, unless somebody saw them or if there's a camera nearby or perhaps, something that made it identifiable, but if it's a bigger highway, if you're like on the parkway, a car could be from any place. It's hard to track those people down. You're exactly right. You have to be in defense mode. You have to watch for cars. They're not staying in the middle of that road.
And on a narrow portion of the turnpike, narrow, high speeds, dark, distracted driver, 1,000 things, right, Frank?
Oh, exactly. I mean, my son was in a crash on a pike years ago. A deer jumped on front of him. He had a baby in there and his wife. And he said, "What should I do?" I said, "Get off the road. Put your flashers on, get up off the highway in case somebody swerves and comes and hits you." I said, "You're not safe standing there. You're not safe sitting in the car." I said, "Get up off the road as far as you can safely and wait for, make a call, but wait for the tow truck to come." I said, "You can't sit there on the edge and think you're going to be safe because you're not."
I was asking you advice yesterday based on an accident Patrick's son had on 28. 2 cars, side of the road. What do you tell people to do, Frank?
Well, generally speaking, unless the car's not drivable or somebody's injured, normally speaking, the police aren't coming. because they're just not enough police anymore. So I tell people take pictures of the damage. If you're safe, it's good to be on a high-speed highway. You really got to watch. But take pictures of the damage on the other car. Take pictures of any cars that stopped that may have seen the crash, or later on the police can find them. But watch out while you're standing there. Get up away from it, because your witnesses are going to leave. And if you don't get those people's information, the chance of them coming back is remote. So just take a picture of the license plates, that anybody that might have seen it, the police can find them later on. But ideally, like any other time, they're along a highway. And again, the high-speed roads are particularly dangerous. But again, 50% of all crashes happen on 2-lane roads. The 4 lanes are not the only dangerous roads out there. You always have to watch for traffic, though, in particular, especially on 28.
Patrick, jump in here.
An accident, and they were stuck. Actually, there was no shoulder where the accident happened, and the car behind him was not drivable. So when I called them initially, there was nobody on scene yet, but the driver behind my kid was standing there on the road next to his car, between his car and the guardrail that he had already slammed into. That is so dangerous.
Yeah. Incredibly dangerous. I mean, I said, people drift all the time. They spill their coffee, they drop their cigarette. And it takes 1 second to drift off the road there. And I can show you endless videos of things that happen. I just saw the other day with a policeman. You see the cops stand on the right side of cars now because of the danger of being on the left side. And car came by and slammed in his car and the other car. He jumped over the guardrail there, but he was lucky he wasn't killed.
Well, a significant number of officers have been hit. A significant number.
Yes, indeed. And it's very dangerous there. That's why they go to the right side of the cars. But especially in those highways in 28, when you have no berm like that in those sections there, it's incredibly dangerous. But people think they'll see me and they'll pull over. No, they won't. No, they won't. You can't plan on anything, because that person might be looking down at that minute. They may have looked at their phone for a second. They may have coughed. They may have sneezed. Who knows? But who knows? There's no guarantee they're going to stay in those lanes and not come over there. That's not no protection there, just because of the white line.
Hey, Frank. So if you have 2 cars, minor damage, both drivable, and you're on a road like that, take pictures, video, and leave? Information and leave?
Well, ideal. If you could drivable, I would say pull to a safer spot if you can.
Okay.
Just, don't leave it right on the edge there. If you can find a place with a berm, or is there a rest stop, something nearby, pull there and exchange information, takes pictures. So if anybody stops the kind of a crash where people would have stopped and might have seen it, take pictures of the license plates while you're standing there. If traffic is stopped for that, you can do that. Take pictures of the damage and all that and exchange information. If nobody's hurt and the cars are drivable, the police most likely will not respond, because they're not required to by law.
Hey, tell me about this guy you had hit on the Parkway East one night.
No, he was walking. We come down the heading from the Parkway East. I'm sorry. A guy was walking home after a Christmas party and lost his keys, so he decided to walk home in the left lane of Parkway East, outbound.
Wow.
Yeah, and just over the hump there where J&L still used to be.
Yes.
He was struck right there.
Killed.
It was terrible. A horrific story. And, people are not expecting to see pedestrians. I had a guy was thrown out of the car one night. Somebody took him for a ride, shall we say, criminal enterprise.
Right.
Threw the guy out of the car on the parkway. I came up upon him. He's covered with blood. I almost hit him because I couldn't see him. It was a driving rainstorm.
Wow.
So there's people out there you got to watch. Especially our roads are so bad for this because they're so hilly and windy.
Yep.
You never have a clear view straight ahead of what's going on, so it's always a surprise.
Frank Monaco, my man, great advice, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
The absolute best state cop I've ever known. Folks, pay attention to that. From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
Well, paying attention when they're on the roads at any point. Always great advice, Marty. Thank you. And as we are looking out live with the PennDOT cameras right now, we're seeing 79 is heavy for you as you're heading southbound past the Moon Run interchange and heading for the Parkway West. Please leave extra travel time. We have spotted a mobile work crew, and so as that causes a lane restriction and everybody's slowing down to get around it, you will need some extra minutes there. Parkway West inbound will cost you a few extra minutes. That's backing at the top of Green Tree Hill. The Parkway East on the inbound suburban side has a little bit of slow traffic past the Rodi Road and Churchill interchanges, and then it's heavy once again between Edgewood, Swissvale, and the inbound Squirrel Hill Tunnel portal. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM at AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to The Marty Griffin Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg with your Lowe's weekend weather update. In Pittsburgh, it's going to be a cool start to the weekend Saturday with some sun followed by increasing cloudiness with a high reaching 56. Saturday night should be rather cloudy with a late night shower and a low of 42. Sunday will be mostly cloudy and cool, maybe a shower early with highs in the mid-50s. Lowe's knows Sundays hit different when you earn them, so we're helping you with deals on top brands like Scott's, Pit Boss, Cobalt, and Trex Decking. Lowe's, official partner of the NFL.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell, definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. Do you feel stupid for buying a timeshare? Don't. It's not your fault. You were most likely told you could rent it, and it was a great financial investment. And the deal was available today only. If this happened to you, contact your resort or Wesley Financial Group for help today.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-791-1313. 800-791-1313.
Hey folks, it's Marty. Come celebrate Levin's huge anniversary sale with my friend Robert Levin and his team. Amazing savings, starting up with 80% off clearance and special buys, plus $105 instant anniversary sale discount on purchases of $998 or more, and 5-year special financing on qualifying purchases of $24.99 or more. Let me repeat, save 20% store-wide, plus $105 instant discount and 5-year special financing. Levin's huge sale. Griffin family headed to Diamonds Direct this weekend. Cannot wait. I'll tell you why. First, big-time designer jewelry there. Simon G., the man, Simon G. The showroom filled with expanded rings and signature pieces, iconic engagement rings, fashion-forward jewelry that you won't find anywhere else. And the Griffins, why? My daughter, Sophia, turning 21. Got to get her something cool. Don't tell her. Big surprise. We will get the best treatment at Diamonds Direct because that's how they handle people. Melanie is the best salesperson we've ever known. And the truth is, my wife just had a ring size there, had a little diamond fixed there. This place has assortments from $500 to $500,000. Amazing opportunity this weekend, Friday and Saturday, Simon G. Diamonds Direct, right there at the entrance to the Ross Park Mall on McKnight Road.
Retirement, it's almost here. Are you ready? Well, join Kurt Kanodik and Ethan Lane of Accurate Solutions Group for your retirement blueprint. Let Kurt and Ethan help you plan for your retirement dreams. Don't miss your retirement blueprint, Sundays at 10. Investment advisory services offered through ASG Investment Management, LLC.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, hims.com/joy.
Spirits are up in Latrobe. We're excited to announce the strong Orlando schedule out of Latrobe. That's right, Orlando is #1. Fly out of Latrobe. Easy drive. Park for free. Book now for your Orlando excursion. Be part of the top destination out of Latrobe.
Have some exterior home improvement problems and just don't know who to call? Call PJ Fitzpatrick to diagnose and fix your problems. PJ will come to your home with a complete shop on their truck, and they can fix it all on the same day. Poorly sealed windows, overflowing gutters, rotted trim, and leaking roofs. This is the time to call the home repair experts at PJ Fitzpatrick. No job too big or too small. Visit them at trustpj.com. With over 45 years of experience, they'll fix it right the first time. Visit trustpj.com and stay off the ladders.
The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
I don't know. This stuff happens in a split second. In a split second. And you don't think. You just want to get off the road. You just want to get your car fixed. You just want to get your info. But it's insanely dangerous on these roads with no berm. It's very, very risky. And then here you have this young man, 21 years old, right there in the westbound lane near milepost 14, right there at the Beaver Valley interchange. Had a broken down car. He's like, I'll walk. And he gets hit and run, dead. And the driver takes off. It happens in an instant. You know, Frank Monaco, who has seen so much of this, has the line of the day. The white line along the road is not a force field. And you know what he said that was so relevant and you would think so obvious, but it isn't? Walk into traffic so that you can see the cars coming at you. Don't walk with traffic. At least you'll have a split second. And he also said something significant. If your car is drivable, if their car is drivable, get your information, shoot some cell phone pictures, and go to a safe place, a rest stop, pull over, get the hell off the road. I have noticed people get defiant in a fender bender. I've seen this on the Parkway. They get defiant. I'm staying here. I'm waiting for the cops. Patrick, what did the state police tell you when you tried to get one out there yesterday?
They had 4 accidents at the time, so it was going to be anywhere from 15 minutes to an hour. It ended up being almost an hour and a half before a trooper was able to get out there.
And you immediately called 911.
Yeah, so I called 911 myself. So the other driver called 911. My kid didn't need to. I called anyway just to make sure that somebody, because they said a trooper was on the way. Well, like 50 yards from there is O'Hara Township. Their police officers are literally 50 yards away. They weren't going to send somebody out there.
No one was hurt. You were trying to block the road and be safe.
Well, nobody was hurt, but both vehicles were stopped and stuck in traffic
right on
28. And so, that's a danger for another car slamming into them.
You cannot be safe enough.
Nope. So when I talked to the dispatchers, they had a fire truck or two come out there.
You did the right thing. I suggest you overthink it and save a life. It's a bad, bad deal.
At a time when children are in crisis, the Kids Mental Health Foundation envisions a future where mental health is a vital part of growing up, and support starts with all of us. At home, at school, at practice, everywhere kids are.
If you're at school having a bad day, you just don't want to do anything.
I just get these thoughts like, do better. All my little emotions in my head is just running crazy. I don't know what to do.
As a teacher or coach, do you ever feel overwhelmed?
He's just in tears in the huddle. Yeah, I was like, what's wrong? And he's just like, I'm just so frustrated, and I didn't know what to do.
None of my undergraduate studies talked about mental health.
Teachers need tons of help.
The Kids Mental Health Foundation is the leading organization promoting mental health for children in the U.S. and has free tools and information developed by experts.
Having those resources is the same as the CPR class to me. We're trying to save a life here.
Check out kidsmentalhealthfoundation.org to get started.
Think back to the last time you were in nature. What comes to mind? Hiking through a lush forest, floating on a lazy river, or perhaps watching a vibrant sunset on a beach full of glistening plastic bottles and food wrappers. Unfortunately, this isn't a joke. Here in the U.S., we generate the most plastic waste in the world, with 70% of it ending up in landfills. And by the time you're done listening to this ad, more than a dump truck's worth of plastic will have made it into the ocean. Plastic has become a useful part of our everyday lives, but it's polluting the air, water, and soil that all life needs to survive. This is a human problem that can be solved with human action. But it's going to take all of us, from individuals to businesses to governments and everyone in between. Help create a cleaner future for both people and nature. Visit wwf.earth/plastics.
From the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh.
100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
42 and cloudy at 10:30. I'm Paul Rasmussen. Pittsburgh International's new terminal is getting its second biggest test yet over the weekend. That's a full-scale dress rehearsal before it opens to real travelers. News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush has the story.
2,500 volunteers will act as passengers, checking in at ticket counters, dropping off luggage, going through security, and even picking up their bags in the new baggage claim area. It's a stress test designed to stimulate the airport's busiest moment, a Monday morning rush after a Steelers game, to make sure every system works as planned. The new terminal includes a larger checkpoint area, expanding from 7 to 12 security lines, all in one central location with new technology meant to move travelers through faster. The 3-hour test starts at 9 a.m., and once it's complete, the Pittsburgh Business Times reports the terminal will open before Thanksgiving. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
A state lawmaker wants to encourage data centers to go green. News Radio KDKA's David Ballarado has more.
With AI and data centers using so much energy, Delaware County State Senator Tim Kearney wants to give them an incentive to run off of solar or other green energy sources. He's circulating a memo to provide a tax break if they go exclusively with alternative energy sources and invest in energy efficiency by 2030.
Data centers are going to happen. We need to figure out how to find power for them and how to find it in a way that's not going to cost all the other ratepayers.
He says solar is the cheapest way of making energy. Kearney says with rates already going up last summer across Pennsylvania due to increased demand, the center should be incentivized to find ways of not using so much power. David Ballarado, News Radio KDKA.
On Wall Street, the Dow is up 342 points at 47,076. The Nasdaq is up 222 points, and the S&P is ahead 49. KDKA Radio News Time 10:32. Our next update at 11 on the Voice of Pittsburgh News Radio KDKA.
Hey folks, it's Marty. You want a new physical therapy experience? You want a treatment plan centered on you? Monroeville Physical, spelled F-Y-Z-I-C-A-L, is spelled different, because they are different. Monroeville Physical has new technology and an expert staff to give you a personalized experience to get you back to loving your life. Monroeville Physical, spelled F-Y-Z-I-C-A-L, 412-457-8200. They help me dramatically love physical. Check it out. Hey, folks, it's Marty. Voss TV and Appliance has a huge selection of big brand names and prices you'll love. Third-generation family business. Rick, Matt, the entire Voss team provides meaningful service that actually serves. They answer phones, show up on time, and truly care about their customers. It's old-school service that matters, and you won't find it anywhere else. Visit Voss's South Hills showroom today. 412-650-VOSS, 412-650-VOSS. Love them. The lowest prices guaranteed. When it comes to building Pennsylvania's future, the laborers are on the job. From highways and bridges to schools, hospitals, energy projects, the men and women of the Pennsylvania Laborers District Council deliver the skilled work that keeps our communities moving forward. Joe LaQuatra is leading the charge to train the next generation, protect worker safety, and stand up for fair wages and benefits. When laborers build, Pennsylvania grows stronger. The Pennsylvania Laborers District Council, working hard every day. My people. Hey, folks, Marty here. CCAC rocks. They're the best, from training for careers in skilled trades to programs in robotics, cybersecurity, aviation, culinary arts, business management, and more. CCAC has it all. Folks, it's the real deal with expert instructors, industry-grade equipment, high-tech learning spaces, and more. Want a future with little debt? Campus open house events, virtual information sessions, on-site tours. ccac.edu, ccac.edu.
Hi, this is Bill Hillgrove. If you're retired and own your own home, I want to share something that made a big difference in my life. A reverse mortgage from Federated Reverse Mortgage. I went through it myself. After speaking to my financial advisor, I turned to Craig Schwager at Fed Reverse. Craig has over 35 years of experience helping Pittsburgh families just like yours, and he and his team made the process simple and clear. Here's what I learned. A reverse mortgage isn't about giving up your home. It's about using the equity you've built to enjoy more financial freedom during retirement. And yes, you stay in your home. If you're 62 or older, or helping a parent who is, talk to Craig at Federated. They're a local trusted source that truly cares. Call 833-888-0801 or visit fedreverse.com to schedule a free consultation, because you've worked hard for your home. Now, let it work for you. Equal housing lender. Reverse mortgages are subject to eligibility.
From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. My friend Ellen, what's up?
What's up, Marty, is we are accident-free on the roster right now. We'll take that for a Friday morning ride, but we aren't delay-free. So there's been a mobile work crew we've been keeping an eye on via the PennDOT cameras on I-79, working at times near the Moon Run interchange. So just south of that, between there and the Parkway West interchange, you will find slow traffic in that area. And the Parkway West on the inbound ride has delays that greet you right around the Parkway Center Mall overpass before the inbound Fort Pitt tunnels. Construction crews on the Parkway East mean you have some sluggish traffic passing by the Rhode Island Road and Churchill interchanges. Once you get past that, just a minor delay inbound between Edgewood, Swissvale, and the Squirrel Hill tunnels. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Brisk and chilly for the rest of our Friday with clouds, a little sun, and even a stray shower, high 50 to 54. Partly cloudy tonight, though 34 to 38. Intervals of clouds and sun for tomorrow, high 53. Sunday, partly sunny, a bit milder, high 58. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
Okay, here we go. It is a Friday. We're going to end the week on a great note. Colin Dunlap, 2 to 6 right here, KDKA.
The horror, the hypocrisy of this sports betting scandal makes me a little nauseous. Come on, man. It's everywhere. It's a couple examples. My daughter's in high school. The boys on their cell phones betting all the time. And I mean all the time. My friends who have sons in college, they sit around in the dorms and in the fraternities doing these prop bets the entire game. Whether it's football or basketball. Come on, man. Stop the idiocy. Look, this is some shock to you that people are betting and jocks are cheating. Spare me. The hypocrisy of ESPN with their jaws dropped about this betting scandal when the banner for the sports betting company they live off of is below them while they talk. The idiocy of that. And to bring it down real local, there was a pretty well-known bar that I did some television stories on the south side that right now has illegal gambling games every single weekend night in the basement right now. And this notion that somehow this is shocking to you that people got caught gambling. It gets even more local. This Shane Hennon guy who was named as a co-conspirator. This guy is a notorious local gambling insider. Banned from the local casinos. Banned from the local racetracks because of improper betting and cheating. He is neck deep in this controversy, in this gambling, accusing athletes of setting up games and involving the mob. I want to play a couple clips as this story broke last night. Listen.
Players altered their performance or took themselves out of games to make sure that those bets paid out. One example occurred on March 23rd, 2023 in Charlotte. Terry Rozier, an NBA player now with the Miami Heat, but at the time playing for the Hornets, allegedly let others close to him know that he planned to leave the game early with a supposed injury. Using that information, members of the group placed more than $200,000 in wagers on his under statistics. Rozier exited the game after just 9 minutes, and those bets paid out, generating tens of thousands of dollars in profit. The proceeds were later delivered to his home, where the group counted their cash. As the NBA season tips off, his career is already benched, not for injury, but for integrity.
There's more. Listen.
mostly in the form of prop bets on individual player performance. The bets were placed through online sports books and also in person at casinos. The defendants relied on a network of straw bettors to place the maximum amount of bets to increase their potential profits. Most of these bets succeeded, and the intended losses were in the millions of dollars. The defendants then laundered their illegal winnings in various ways: peer-to-peer platforms, bank wires, and simple cash exchanges. The indictment details specific examples where the defendants profited from illegal gambling and illegal betting on various NBA games about the performance of players on, among other things, the Charlotte Hornets, the Portland Trail Blazers, the Los Angeles Lakers, and the Toronto Rangers. Each defendant in the NBA basketball gambling case has been charged with conspiracy to commit wire fraud and conspiracy to commit money laundering.
Okay, and then Shaq. Shaq was awesome. Listen. Oh. Please pull Shaq. What's a prop bet? Proposition. By the way, I am not a bet guy. I don't know much about it, although I had a bunch of relatives that were bookies, quite frankly, and had gambling operations, quite frankly. As I grew up, I saw it all over the place. I saw it all the time. A prop bet is a wager on a specific event or outcome within a game that's not directly tied to the final score. Side bet, side hustle. Listen to Shaq.
We all know the letter of the law when it comes to gambling and sports gambling, and I don't want to sit up here like I'm some perfect guy. Like every now and then when I go to Vegas, I'll play some craps and I'll play some roulette, but never gambled at anybody's house. Don't know anything about poker, so I don't know what they're talking about when it comes to the Chauncey thing. But I know Chauncey, I know Damon very well, played with Damon, so I don't want to sit up here, but I'm ashamed that those guys would put their families and their careers in jeopardy. There's an old saying in the hood, all money ain't good money. So if you're making $9 million and you're dealing in certain things, like how much more do you need? Especially if you know you get caught, you can do jail time, lose your career, put a bad image on yourself or your family or on the NBA. I agree with you, Chuck. They dropped the ball.
100%.
They had
100% dropped the ball.
And like you never want to have your name involved in that when you know the letter of the law. And Ernie, again, I know for a fact every year they cancel practice and say don't do this and don't do that and don't do that. So all the guys had the information.
Everybody bets. All these people bet. It's a joke. By the way, so you know the hypocrisy, this ignorance here. The NCAA just allowed college athletes to bet on pro sports. Idiots, morons, jagoffs. Robbie, one of my boys and a true sports insider. This is not shocking to you, is it, sir?
Marty, it's not, to be honest with you. But I think one thing that people might be overlooking is that legal gambling is not necessarily to blame for the Terry Rozier situation specifically. And in fact, I think a lot of people overlook, Marty, that legal gambling is the reason why the Terry Rozier situation was uncovered. So if you think about it, obviously, there was allegedly some type of communication going on where he, faked an injury and bettors knew he was going to do it. But if there wasn't a legal gambling market, would we necessarily know what his prop bets were to begin with? I'm not sure we would.
Robbie,
obviously, I have no inside information.
You've been in sports your whole career.
Yes.
Betting Brother has taken over the industry, hasn't it?
Well, it's always been going on, Marty. When I was a little kid, excuse me, they would always have pools that said for amusement only, and there would be these little sheets where you had to fill out these pools, and you would bet, any amount of money you would have. So it happens no matter what. I know so many bookies, Marty, that over the years, I remember when sports gambling was legalized back in 2018 in the state of Pennsylvania, and I remember saying, oh, my goodness, all these bookies are going to be in trouble. But you know what? it didn't affect these bookies at all. You know why? Because legal gambling, you have to put that money up front.
That's right.
When you deal with bookies, they'll run off of credit. So I don't know that legal gambling is to blame, but we can't be surprised that this stuff happens.
Hey, and Robbie.
Now it's being uncovered.
And Robbie, these guys are making $30 million a year to make $50 grand on a bet. They're chasing the buzz, my man. They're not chasing the money, right?
Marty, Chauncey Billups, right, is in the Basketball Hall of Fame.
Wow.
Okay? He's the head coach of the Portland Trail Blazers.
Wow.
Do you know how much money he made playing basketball in his career? You know how much money he made? I'm not tricking you.
No.
$107 million, roughly $107 million. He's a head coach in the NBA, making, I don't know, $3 to $4 million, I think I heard. Why do this? Terry Rozier signed for $96 million about a year and a half before he was throwing games. I can't make sense of it, and I don't think anybody can.
Come on,
and you're
brother.
right, Marty.
They're chasing the buzz. They're chasing the buzz.
You're right.
Yep.
But the buzz doesn't happen from coaching NBA games or playing NBA games as a player, trying to win a championship.
Robbie, can you hang? Can you hang?
Yeah, of course.
It's a hell of a story. And it's happening right now. And what Robbie said, my man, there's bookies everywhere, all over this town. And there are illegal games all over this town. You can bet on it. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. My friend Ellen, what's up?
What's up, Marty, is we are keeping a close eye on a mobile crew that is working along I-79, and right now it is between the Route 60 Moon Run interchange and the Parkway West interchange, really causing slow-go traffic in that area. It's not a big stretch of a delay, but it's enough to put some extra minutes in your commute, so do keep that in mind and keep an eye out as it continues to move along there. We're also seeing rain showers move through the area. That'll slow your go a bit. Parkway West inbound now is stacking right around the runaway truck sand pile before the Fort Pitt tunnels. We have reports of an accident in Carrick on Brownsville Road at Bex Run Road. We have crews working on the Parkway East inbound near Churchill. That's causing slowdowns before you reach the Rhode Island Road interchange. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
This October, don't let a bone-rattling old ride spook you. Get into something new at Bowser Subaru in Pleasant Hills. This October, take the fright out of car buying with the 2025 Subaru Impreza, the compact car that's big on confidence and easy on the wallet. Lease a 25 Impreza base, VIN S8327718 for just $199 a month for 36 months with $2,299 due at signing with 10,000 miles per year. These October savings won't last. Get to Bowser Subaru today with credit approval and financing through SMFL, MSRP $26,971. No security deposit required. Tax, title, and fees not included. Dealer doc via 477 applies. See Bowser Subaru for complete details. Offer ends November 1st.
Oh, that's the power of
BowserSubaru.com. Bowser Subaru, Route 51 South on top of the hill.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com, because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, E-T-H-O-S, ethos.com/life.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. Ever wonder why Big Wireless wants you on an unlimited plan? They probably want you to cover the cost of those 20-somethings using all that data every month. But most people 50 and up like me only use 12 gigs or less. Don't get bamboozled by Big Wireless. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Our plans start at just $20, and we use the same towers as the big guys. Join the millions who choose something better, because if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA. Covered by JP Roofing and Siding. Pittsburgh's #1 platinum roofing company.
Brought to you by the Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank. Every dollar, every hour, every voice. That's the power of you.
At Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank, our table has no end. Every seat filled means another neighborhood nourished. But this table needs you. Donate, volunteer, advocate, because the power of you keeps the table growing. Activate your power today at pittsburghfoodbank.org.
The KDKA Radio High School Football Game of the Week, powered by Bowser Chevrolet, is back. This week, Moon visits South Fayette.
Presented by Invisalign, Allegheny Health Sports Medicine, official sports medicine provider for high school football. Giant Eagle, Keystone Custom Apparel, and brought to you by the U.S. Navy. Forged by the Sea, Remarkable Auto Works, collision repair and service make your car remarkable. Red Ribbon Soda, Pittsburgh's Pop, First National Bank, and by Noble Environmental.
High school football lives on 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Americans spend $66 billion on weight loss products and services each year. And you know what? Right here in our hometown, Pittsburgh's very own board-certified and licensed hypnotherapist Dan Vitchoff has helped thousands of people do just that. Lose weight, keep it off. In fact, he's been helping people take back control of their lives for more than 20 years here in Pittsburgh at the PA Hypnosis Center. You have an opportunity to do the same. Are you battling anxiety? So many people are. He can help you with that. If you want to quit smoking, Dan Vitchoff is the call you should make at the PA Hypnosis Center today. Schedule your free consultation at 724-934-8446, 724-934-8446. Dan can help you reach your goal with a 98% success guarantee. 724-934-8446. Call now.
This year's senior class is back at homecoming, reunited and protected with mNEXSpike, the new COVID-19 vaccine from Moderna for adults 65 and older. That's because these seniors know they face the highest risk of severe COVID. mNEXSpike, COVID-19 vaccine mRNA, is a COVID-19 vaccine for people 65 and older and for 12 to 64-year-olds at high risk for severe COVID. You shouldn't get mNEXSpike if you've had an allergic reaction to a previous Moderna COVID-19 vaccine. Rare cases of inflammation of the heart muscle and outer lining have been reported. Common side effects include pain at the injection site, tiredness, headache, muscle or joint pain, chills, nausea, vomiting, and underarm swelling or soreness. mNEXSpike may not protect everyone. This year's senior class came ready with a COVID-19 vaccine that helps them keep showing up. mNEXSpike from Moderna, here for the senior class. Visit mnexspike.com to schedule your vaccine today. That's mnexspike.com.
Do you have questions about Medicare? Aetna has Medicare Advantage plans that include prescription drug coverage in Pennsylvania with a $0 monthly plan premium. Plus, the plans include benefits like dental, vision, and hearing. You may also qualify for a monthly credit toward your Part B premium. Call Aetna today at 1-888-76-AETNA to learn more. Aetna Medicare is an HMO PPO plan with a Medicare contract. Our D-SNPs also have contracts with state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in our plans depends on contract renewal. Plan features and availability may vary by service area.
Hey folks, it's Marty. Is your house ready for these changing seasons? Did you notice loose shingles, siding, or drafty windows? Is your deck wearing out? Call Cousins Roofing, Siding, and Deck. Sam and Calvin, they're great. You know how important family is to me. I love this family. The Cousins are talented, they're local, and they're honest. Call Cousins Roofing, Siding, and Decks now to get your project scheduled. 989 Cousins. Check out their work at callthecousins.com. They're amazing.
Here's your Jill on Money question of the day.
Eileen from New York asks, I bought my condo 15 years ago using a 10-year adjustable rate mortgage. The adjustable part of the mortgage kicks in just 2 years. I'd like to refinance the mortgage for a fixed rate, but I'm wondering if I should refinance now or maybe wait another year closer to the end of a fixed rate part of the mortgage, just to see what the rates will be like. Eileen, I understand the clock is ticking, but with the recent rate cut by the Fed and with a few more likely to come in the future, I am inclined to wait just a little bit longer.
Have a question? Go to JillOnMoney.com.
Sponsored by Progressive. We make the claims process easy, so you can get back on the road in no time. It's why over 43 million drivers trust Progressive. See for yourself at progressive.com.
Have an issue in your community? Talk about it now with Marty Griffin. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Been around illegal sports betting my entire life. And numbers writing. My relatives, and I love them, had massive numbers writing operations. I have a significant number of friends in Texas, Los Angeles, and this area that are bookies, quite frankly. So the gambling doesn't surprise me. But folks want to know why these jocks do it. There's a store in Dallas called Stanley Korshak, one of the most expensive stores on earth. And 2 years ago, they busted a woman for stealing makeup who spent $1.4 million at that store. Why'd she do it? Chasing the buzz. Robbie and Mikowski, one of my boys, fantastic sports reporter and author. You've seen this gaming and gambling your whole life. This does not shock you, does it, sir?
It does not shock me at all, Marty. Like I mentioned before, I mean, bookies are everywhere. Gambling happens all over the place. Yep. I know people right now that don't have legal gambling accounts, like on any of the, the popular ones, FanDuel, DraftKings, BetMGM. There's so many platforms out there, but they don't want to bother with it, so they do offshore gambling.
Right on.
And the markets are set by whatever the legal lines are, and that's how it's always been. It's just that you can only really gamble in Vegas, and there were a few other states where it's been legal, but not where sports teams really play. Like Delaware, I think you could do some gambling over the last, for a long time. A couple other states, but it's just not really popular. But no, I'm not surprised by any of this, Marty, that we're seeing what we're seeing.
Hey, Robbie, you've been around jocks your whole life. Are you shocked by this notion that they gamble like this?
Well, look, the buzz gets chased all over the place, whether it's at a casino playing cards legally, no matter what it is. And look, I'm not going to sit here and say every athlete does it, because that would be disingenuous at best and potentially false at worst.
Sure.
But guys are really, really competitive.
That's right.
They're competitive at everything in life.
That's right.
So you're right, chasing the buzz. But sometimes that can really confuse. They can obfuscate, I guess is the word, chasing the buzz with common sense.
Right on.
Like Terry Rozier made $135 million, can make $160 million. What is he doing to make what? 10,000, 20, 50,000? For what? And you're throwing a game. Now he's going to lose his freedom. He's going to be in jail.
He's done. Robbie, my man, looking forward to that book coming out, man. Let me know.
Marty, you're the best, brother. Thank you.
My man knows what he's talking about.
The KDKA Mobile News Fleet is driven by Jim Shorkey Kia, North Huntington and Wexford. JimShorkeyKia.com.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for moms.
Soldiers and Sailors Memorial Hall and Museum recognizes Pennsylvania's combat veterans who have received medals for gallantry. With this Hall of Valor moment, here's the Education Director of Soldiers and Sailors Memorial Hall and Museum, Tim Neff.
Private Archibald Rowan Jr. of Allegheny County received the Medal of Honor in the Civil War in 1864. At great personal risk and disregard of extreme danger, Private Rowan volunteered to carry important dispatches to General Ulysses S. Grant and was one of only 2 men who succeeded in getting through enemy lines. In 1865, during the Appomattox Campaign, Private Rowan was captured in a Confederate uniform and sentenced to be executed as a spy. General Robert E. Lee intervened on his behalf, and Private Rowan was held until Lee's surrender a few days later.
To nominate a qualifying hero for the Hall of Valor, please contact Tim Neff at 412-621-4253 or visit online at soldiersandsailorshall.org.
If you're drowning in IRS debt and can't afford to pay, then you need to take advantage of special IRS tax programs that are available and free yourself from IRS collection efforts once and for all. Due to the financial hardship consumers are facing throughout the country, the Internal Revenue Service has made it easier to settle delinquent tax problems. An open phone line has been established by Community Tax for consumers to call and see if they qualify. Take down this number or store it in your cell phone, but call the Community Tax Helpline at 800-536-9607. If you owe back taxes to the IRS and cannot afford to pay them back, or even if you have years of unfiled tax returns, there's no need to fear anymore. But you have to call the Community Tax Helpline today at 800-536-9607 for the help that you need. Don't take on the IRS alone. They can attack your wages, savings, pension, home, and even your Social Security check. Call 800-536-9607 for your free consultation and to see if you qualify. That's 800-536-9607.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare studio.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 43 and cloudy at 11 o'clock. I'm Paul Rasmussen. The arrests of more than 30 people, including pro basketball stars, is drawing new scrutiny of the booming business of sports betting.
What happened yesterday was blockbuster, and it was like the NBA meets the Sopranos.
Former U.S. Attorney David Hickton says reports indicated something was brewing in the league. And on the Big K Morning Show, Hickton said the scandal causes mistrust.
Whether you're a gambler or whether you're a sports fan, are these things real or are they being fixed?
NBA player Terry Rozier is accused of telling others he would leave a game early so they could place bets on that and cash in. Also, illegal poker games linked to Trailblazers coach Chauncey Billups were allegedly rigged by the Mafia. The victims lost $7 million. Inflation was up slightly last month. Consumer prices increased 3% in September compared to last year, also up from 2.9% in August, 0.1%. Today's Labor Department figures reflect a smaller increase than many economists were predicting. Also, Social Security recipients are getting a 2.8% cost of living boost in 2026. The average increase works out to $56 per month. Right now on Wall Street, the Dow is ahead 391 points at 47,126. The Nasdaq up 228 points and the S&P is up 51. The eastbound lanes of the Pennsylvania Turnpike have reopened after a deadly hit and run early this morning. News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush has the latest.
State police say 21-year-old Khalil Mutadaber had a disabled vehicle and was walking westbound in the eastbound lanes near milepost 14, close to the Beaver Valley interchange, when he was hit and killed around 2:30 a.m. Troopers say the driver took off and investigators are still looking for that vehicle. State police note the shoulders in that stretch of the turnpike are narrow, making it especially dangerous for anyone stopped along the road. The highway was shut down for several hours between the Newcastle and Cranberry interchanges, but has since reopened. The investigation is ongoing. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
The U.S. Golf Association wants to build a new bridge over the turnpike at Oakmont Country Club. Now, the USGA says a new bridge is needed to support the growing number of spectators at Oakmont. The Tribune Review reports the USGA is requesting $5 million in state funds. It's about half of the project's costs. Construction could begin in June of 2027. Students and faculty at the University of Pittsburgh will soon have a new AI tool. The Tribune Review reports Pitt has signed an agreement with Anthropic and Amazon Web Services for an AI model called Claude for Education. It will be deployed at all Pitt campuses. Butler native Bret Michaels will perform during the Steelers-Packers game on Sunday night. Poison's lead singer takes the stage at halftime. KDKA Sports Moon visits South Fayette on tonight's high school football game of the week. Our coverage starts with KDKA kickoff at 6 and Game 1 of the World Series at Los Angeles for the Blue Jays and Dodgers. The news is brought to you by P.J. Fitzpatrick. For your home's windows, siding, doors, and bath, trust PJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time 11:03. Time to call Botkin Family Wealth Management, a local veteran-owned, independent financial planning and investment firm. 43 and cloudy in Pittsburgh now. AAA traffic and the AccuWeather forecast next.
When it's cancer, life gets complicated. The AHN Cancer Navigation Team guides you through. Appointments, expert specialists, emotional support, done. Because at AHN, we see you. Visit ahn.org/cancer team. When it's cancer, AHN knows life takes a village, Cancer takes a team. The AHN Cancer Navigation Team gets you the support you need. An expert care plan, financial guidance, emotional support. Visit ahn.org/cancer team.
Honey, I found the perfect place for my parents and us.
Where?
St. Barnabas. For us, the Woodlands Carriage Home Community. And for my parents, condominium-style living at the Village. My folks will love the Village. There's an indoor mall with shops, restaurants, and more. And we can relax, knowing they're safe and secure.
That's what I plan to do when we move to St. Barnabas. Relax.
Call 724-444-5568 or visit stbarnabascommunities.com.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. Also that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. My friend Ellen, what's up?
Marty, what's up is we have slowdowns on the Parkway West to inbound right around that runaway truck sand pile before you fit into the Fort Pitt tunnels. Parkway East on the inbound right has construction zone lane restrictions with delays and brake lights that greet you around the Rhode Island Road interchange as you try to get past those lane restrictions near Churchill. Speaking of lane restrictions, want to warn you for your weekend tonight from 7 p.m. until 9 tomorrow morning. You could find southbound I-79 reduced to a single lane of traffic from Mingo Road to approximately a mile and a half north of the I-79-279 split. That's all part of the Wexford Interchange project. You could also find some northbound lane restrictions or some slowdowns, certainly through the construction zone in that same area as well. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Clouds will limit sunshine for the rest of today. Brisk and chilly, a brief shower in places, the high 50 to 54. Partly cloudy, cold tonight, though 34 to 38. For tomorrow, remaining quite cool with intervals of clouds and sun and a high of 53. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
McGuire Memorial has been inspiring hope and fostering growth since 1963. We'd like to recognize and thank all of their dedicated and committed staff who care for God's most vulnerable people. If you want to make a difference in someone's life and enjoy caring for others, then we invite you to join the team. Excellent benefits, paid vacation, personal and sick days. To apply, call Lauren 724-843-3400, extension 1153, or online at McGuireMemorial.org.
When you hire our firm, you become part of the family. Nobody messes with family. Get the good guys, good rich guys.
The following is an editorial by KDKA Radio Senior Vice President Market Manager Michael Spacciapoli.
Many news stories on a typical day deal with negative events, but not all the developments we've covered fall into that category. In the last week, there have been several positive stories ranging from public policy, business, tourism, and Pittsburgh's identity. Allegheny County Executive Sarah Innamorato announced the 500 and 500 initiative has reached and passed a goal of finding affordable housing for people transitioning out of being homeless. EOS Energy announced it will move its headquarters from New Jersey to Pittsburgh and invest more than $350 million to expand its battery manufacturing operations in the county. National Geographic named Pittsburgh one of the top 25 travel destinations in the world for the second straight time. The city was selected because of projects like the new airport terminal, a growing cultural scene, and distinctive neighborhoods. Our Odyssey brother station, 93.7 The Fan, was honored with a National Marconi Award as the best large market radio station in the United States of America this year. Finally, the city proudly unveiled its new Walk of Fame, celebrating 10 distinguished inductees. Among them, actor Michael Keaton, who spoke at the ribbon-cutting ceremony of pride in his Pittsburgh roots. These are 5 compelling reasons for optimism. Evidence that Pittsburgh is a place with a bright future and bigger and better events to come.
This has been an editorial by KDKA Radio Senior Vice President Market Manager Michael Spacciapoli. To view a transcript, go to kdkaradio.com.
He's live, he's local, he's Marty Griffin. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
That award is badass. I'm not an award guy, never have been. Ask my friends. But that award and what SPAC has pulled off here and right across the hall, badass. I saw him yesterday, man. I hugged him. Seriously. That's rock star stuff. That is, I'm serious about this. That is the equivalent of the Academy Award in this business. And to imagine that we won it last year and the fan won it this year is insane. Considering you're going against L.A., New York, Chicago, Philly, Boston, and kicking their ass. Hell yeah. Zoe, my man, play that clip, please, as we get into this gambling stuff more. Listen.
Players altered their performance or took themselves out of games to make sure that those bets paid out. One example occurred on March 23rd, 2023 in Charlotte. Terry Rozier, an NBA player now with the Miami Heat, but at the time playing for the Hornets, allegedly let others close to him know that he planned to leave the game early with a supposed injury. Using that information, members of the group placed more than $200,000 in wagers on his under statistics. Rozier exited the game after just 9 minutes, and those bets paid out, generating tens of thousands of dollars in profit. The proceeds were later delivered to his home, where the group counted their cash. As the NBA season tips off, his career is already benched, not for injury, but for integrity.
Chauncey Billups, according to federal prosecutors, was the lure, the mafia allegedly paying him for his celebrity to attract high rollers to poker tables in the Hamptons, in Las Vegas, in Miami, and right here in Manhattan, so they would gamble, so they would play poker. What those people didn't know was that everyone else at the table was in on the scam because the games were rigged. Chauncey Billups was known as a face card because the mafia allegedly used his face to lure in these unsuspecting victims. The victims themselves were called fish, as the U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of New York explained in Brooklyn a short while ago.
The scheme targeted victims known as, quote, fish, who were often lured to participate in these rigged games by the chance to play alongside former professional athletes who were known as, quote, face cards. The so-called face cards included the defendant Chauncey Billups, who at the time of the scheme was a former NBA player and is currently the head coach of the Portland Trail Blazers, and also Damon Jones, a former NBA player and coach. What the victims, the fish, didn't know is that everybody else at the poker game, from the dealer to the players, including the face cards, were in on the scam. For example, they used off-the-shelf shuffling machines that had been secretly altered in order to read the cards in the deck, predict which player at the table had the best poker hand, and relay that information to an off-site operator.
Amazing.
These rigged poker games have been going on, prosecutors say, since at least 2019, and it involved these altered shuffling decks, X-ray poker tables that could read cards that were face down. There were special glasses and contact lenses that enabled players in on the scam to know what the victims' cards were, and other technology brought to bear. The victim, Shanae, had no chance at winning these games. They lost millions of dollars, and since the mob was involved, prosecutors say if the victims couldn't or wouldn't pay, that's when violence was used to make sure they did.
Marty Dietz, best attorney I know in federal court. Inside now. Marty, what's your take, brother? You looked at the indictments.
We got some people that are in some serious trouble here, Marty.
Big time.
There's no question about it. I mean, this is for them to uncover a lot of the information and evidence that's laid out in this indictment. They obviously have a number of cooperating witnesses. I think we'll be shocked when we hear some of the additional names that come out in the sports world, is my guess.
You're not shocked, though.
Well, I mean, I'm in terms of a criminal prosecution, I'm not shocked, but in terms of having some guys who have made multi-million dollars who are getting involved in something that seems so silly, I'm shocked by that, for sure.
Right. Hey, Marty.
I mean, these guys they're putting their freedom on the line. I mean, if this happens in our district here, they're going to jail.
Right on. Tell us why. Why are they going to jail? Why not probation?
Well, because the sentencing guidelines are pretty high. Well, the irony is the least serious charge in all of this is the gambling charge.
Oh.
Gambling is not really treated that harshly under the federal guidelines. However, what they're really charged with is a wire fraud conspiracy, money laundering, and then the mobsters and their affiliates are charged with Hobbs Act extortion type charges and robbery charges. They're the more serious of the bunch here. Gambling's the sexy part, but the irony on Chauncey Billups, for example, he's probably the most famous of these defendants, is he's not charged with gambling at all. He's charged with participating in a scheme to defraud people. And that's the wire fraud conspiracy. The money was being transported, information was being transported over the wires. And that penalty is usually based on the amount of loss caused by the conspiracy. And it sounds like they were pulling in quite a big haul. So they would be facing some jail time here. And money laundering and under the guidelines, you usually start out around 46 months on money laundering. That's if you launder $1.
And to Marty's point, the local connection is big. Shane Hennon, banned from local casinos, banned from the local racetrack, accused of illegal betting, banned from casinos in Vegas. This is what you're talking about, right, with these co-conspirators, sir?
Well, absolutely. And he's named in both indictments, I believe. I will tell you, they probably are. I mean, as you probably recall, Marty, I represented somebody involved in New York City in the last collegiate basketball corruption case. And if that person would have been charged in Pittsburgh in the federal court here, he would have went to prison. He got probation up there. And you never know what could happen in New York. But, there's mobsters involved in this case, too. That's what makes this one so intriguing.
Hey, Marty, you've been involved in this sort of investigation with a client, as you suggested. Is this throughout sports, sir?
Well, I don't know for a fact, but I can tell you what I've been reading and what I've seen online is the other sports are bracing for something developing. So it's so easy. These guys are so accessible, and you think it's so easy to, affect the outcome of the game. It's in millions and ESPN's broadcasting the betting sites.
Hell yeah.
Betting is so huge. It is so huge,
Hell yeah.
so big that I would have to think that this is probably the tip of the iceberg, and there's a lot of people running scared.
Marty Dietz. Hey, Marty, help me with this. Why would a guy who's made $160 million go to prison over a $50,000 bet? Why, sir? What's the point? Why?
Marty, this is all pure speculation.
Yeah, of course.
Number one, I don't know. It defies all logic. Number two, when you get in a situation like this and you see some of the other names that are on these indictments, maybe you got in deep somehow, some way.
Right on.
Maybe you feel like you have no other option. I'm not so sure he was doing it for the money. He may have been doing it
to save his own life.
Yeah, I mean, I can't go that far. But
hey, Marty, all I know is throughout my life, throughout your career, this is what we learned. Do not get sideways with the feds or the mob, right? Right?
Yeah, and I don't know which one's worse.
Right on. Thank you. Marty Dietz, my man. Thanks, brother.
Take care.
He's the absolute best. Don't mess with the feds or the mob. From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
What's up, Marty? Is we have some heavy traffic coming inbound or westbound on the Parkway East. It's due to construction, so as you try to come past the Rhode Road interchange, you're in slow-go traffic up toward the Churchill interchange. Once you get past that, you just have a minor delay before the Squirrel Hill tunnels, but you want to factor that into your Friday travels. Same story over on the Parkway West. We have sluggish traffic on the front side of Green Tree Hill, not due to construction, but just because it's the front side of Green Tree Hill. For your weekend, a single lane restriction will happen on the eastbound or inbound Parkway West between the I-79 Erie Washington exit, that's exit 64A, and the on-ramp to northbound I-79. This is for your Saturday, so 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. is when you will find the crews out there doing some bridge deck repair work, and you'll want to be careful through that travel zone. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Perry Calder, you know what JP says? AI there is attorney intelligence. Perry Calder, the best.
Let me tell you about this new Pretzel Cheddar Club. Hey, I'm Carlos.
And I'm Ebony. And a little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A Pretzel Cheddar Club
is the tangy Dijon with the pretzel bun. It takes it to a whole nother level.
It goes perfectly with the chicken and the cheddar cheese and the bacon.
Man, you know how much you love bacon. And I love the different varieties. Grilled, spicy, original. It gets you nice and excited for fall.
Order the Pretzel Cheddar Club with Cherry Berry and Sprite for a limited time on the Chick-fil-A app. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
There's nothing like when you get that part from eBay and it just fits. Yeah, the first time. So you can do less of this and get right back to more of this. At eBay, you'll find all the parts you need, guaranteed to fit, at prices you'll love. Sounds good, doesn't it? eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
What does living your best nonstop life mean to you? Cheering on your team at that big game? A music festival with friends? A family vacation? Or maybe a vacation from your family? Live your best nonstop life with low fares and nonstop flights only at Allegiant.com.
Non-stop flights from Pittsburgh to Sarasota Bradenton, one way for as low as $57. Must be purchased by 12/3/2025 for travel between 10/28/2025 and 5/17/2026. Seats and dates are limited. Restrictions apply. See Allegiant.com for details.
Don't delay in getting that plumbing repair done. Call Palucci Plumbing today for all of your plumbing needs. From trenchless sewer repair and waterline repairs and replacement, hot water tanks, sewer camera inspections, to Pittsburgh potty repairs, no job is too small for Palucci Plumbing. Owners Amy and Nick Palucci have been in business for 26 years, so give them a call for your next plumbing repair or replacement. Palucci Plumbing, 412-782-5050. That's 412-782-5050.
We know you're uncertain about psychics. Is this fortune teller you found on a forum legit?
Your one true love is...
me! That's why California Psychics reject 98% of the psychics who apply to work with us. We guarantee if your reading isn't life-changing, it's free. New customers receive 20 minutes for just $20. So experience the joy of certainty at CaliforniaPsychics.com. Experience the joy of certainty. California Psychics.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio.
So we're about to get our fifth Bowser car. That's not exaggeration. And I'm going to tell you why. For so many reasons. Number one, the way they treat you at the sale. To them, your family. And we got 3 brands. We got Subarus, plural. Hyundai, my wife has the Santa Fe, which she loves. Genesis, probably the coolest car I've ever had. And I get asked about it every single day. And when there's a service opportunity, when they need service, they pick up the car. They drop off another car. They fix the car, and they bring the car back, and it's with a smile. When there's an accident, they drove out of state to get parts to fix one of the cars that was struck from behind. Everybody's okay. and they fix the car to perfection. Look, man, there's a lot of family dealerships out there. Nah, there's one Bowser. There's one Bowser family, and everything they do is about family and taking care of you. The Bowser experience, it's absolutely amazing.
Why would a guy in financial services pick a fight with the financial industry? Because in many cases, the system they built works more for them than it does for you. Tune in for a new kind of retirement show with Greg Ayler. Now at a new time, Saturdays at 5 on the Voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Bet365 is paying out before the final whistle.
Check out Bet365's unrivaled early payout offer. When you bet on a team to win and they take a 17-point lead, you get paid no matter the final score. Forget the final whistle and start counting that cash. Hold up. You get early payout on parlays, too.
Download the app and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Pennsylvania. TNC Supply.
UPMC, life-saving, life-changing information. Wonderful.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
Hello. Sorry, peanut butter. The betting stuff is of no surprise to me. Why the hell would it be? I've been at cockfights. I'm serious. I've been at pit bull fights. Seriously. As undercover stuff, shooting stories. I have been at illegal poker games. I have been inside a numbers operation when I was a kid, when my aunts and uncles were running them from my grandmother's house. I've seen it, lived it, watched it. I stood there when folks would walk up to my uncle all day long on Liberty Avenue in Bloomfield and hand him numbers. Watched it, lived it. It's my man, Uncle Huge. My man. This does not surprise me. None of it. Ever. Go ahead, Bob.
Marty, good morning.
Big man.
What's happening?
Go.
Hey, I got a great old story. You remember the Boston College point shaving incident?
Of course.
They had a great documentary on 30 for 30 on ESPN. Yep. But anyway, I went to high school with the kid, Ricky Kuhn. Anyway, funny story. I was in the Air Force at the time, and in the barracks, they had the game of the week was Boston College versus Villanova. And Boston College had a good team back then. So I'm like, oh, hey, this is Ricky Kuhn's playing. He went to my high school. We're watching the game, and he's throwing balls out of bounds, and I'm like, man, he sucks. So my buddy's like, hey, he sucks. I'm like, well, I thought he was pretty good. And then all that came out with the Henry Hill, with the whole thing, the point shaving incident. He did, I think, like 7 years in a federal penitentiary down in Florida. It was
1978, 1979. The mob recruited these players to shave points. And
exactly.
It happened live, and you watched it. It's not new, right?
Yeah.
It isn't new.
What's that?
It's not new.
No. It's just, it's, I'm sure it's more rampant than we know.
Hell yeah. It's a massive, massive, massive problem. People inherently cheat. And jocks are competitive. And they chase the buzz. And this is a buzz.
Beckett's amazing. He's a miracle child. In the mornings, he'll wake up and he'll roll the shades up and, Dada, it's time to get up. It's a bright, beautiful day.
He started getting dizzy. At the first of the year, he started going, I have to sit down, I'm dizzy, Mommy. A month after his 3rd birthday, he got diagnosed with ATRT brain cancer. All you can think of is, the kid's not gonna live. The fact that St. Jude doesn't build is a godsend. And the fact that we don't have to ask for help here makes things a lot easier to go through what we have to go through with Beckett. The fact that they are researching and they are saving these children, it's so important. We wouldn't be where we are without St. Jude, and in turn, we wouldn't be where we are without those people that have donated. They're the reason why my son's still alive.
Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
You wanted to be cool, which led you to smoking, which led to a pack a day. Then you met that special someone, which led to starting a life with them, which led to wanting to live longer, which led to quitting. Then you heard you may be at risk for lung cancer, which led you to getting a low-dose CT scan. If you smoked, get scanned. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
The Colorectal Cancer Alliance wants you to know a lot of things in life are preventable. Ooh, gas station sushi. That's preventable. And even colon cancer can be preventable if you get screened. If you're 45 or older, talk to your doctor. Go to colorectalcancer.org to learn more.
From the Aetna Medicare Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
44 and cloudy at 11:30. I'm Paul Rasmussen. Federal prosecutors accuse an NBA player of telling others he would leave a game early so they could cash in on what are known as prop bets. That came to light when the arrests of more than 30 people were announced Thursday.
This is not only going to rock the NBA, but this is going to rock the entire sports world. And if I were the NBA commissioner, this would be, my worst nightmare.
On the Big K Morning Show, former U.S. Attorney David Hickton said what happened yesterday was a blockbuster, and it was like the NBA meets The Sopranos. That is because a head coach was indicted for his alleged role in illegal poker games rigged by the mafia. Pittsburgh International's new terminal is getting its second biggest test yet, a full-scale dress rehearsal this weekend before it will open to real travelers. News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush has the details.
On Saturday, 2,500 volunteers will act as passengers, checking in at ticket counters, dropping off luggage, going through security, and even picking up their bags in the new baggage claim area. It's a stress test designed to stimulate the airport's busiest moment, a Monday morning rush after a Steelers game, to make sure every system works as planned. The new terminal includes a larger checkpoint area, expanding from 7 to 12 security lines, all in one central location with new technology meant to move travelers through faster. The 3-hour test starts at 9 a.m., and once it's complete, the Pittsburgh Business Times reports the terminal will open before Thanksgiving. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
A weekend of Halloween bar events starting tonight, and the South Hills DUI Task Force is getting the word out that they're looking for impaired drivers. Roving patrols will start today, and police are advising people planning to drink this weekend to have a plan for getting home. In a release, they say no one wants to do field sobriety tests dressed as a goon or goblin. At this hour on Wall Street, the Dow is up 529 points at 47,264. The Nasdaq is up 295 now. The S&P up 67 points. KDKA Radio News Time 11:32. Our next update at noon on the Voice of Pittsburgh. News Radio KDKA.
Looking for an adventure getaway? AAA presents a snowmobile adventure in Jackson and Yellowstone National Park. Enjoy a 5-night stay and 3 full days of guided snowmobiling with gear, winter suit, boots, helmet, and gloves all included. Plus a free day to explore your way, cross-country or downhill skiing, dog sledding, more snowmobiling, and more. Winter is the best time for adventure experiences in Wyoming. Don't miss it. Visit your local AAA office or call 1-800-354-8761 today.
Visit the North Shore Tavern located on Federal Street right across from PNC Park for Pittsburgh's most memorable meal. Enjoy an array of delicious apps, entrees, homemade soups, desserts, cocktails, and of course, delicious steaks and seafood served on a sizzling lava stone. The vast menu changes weekly, offering something for every taste bud. Why not let their staff pamper you while you host a family or work event? The North Shore Tavern, a stone's throw away from PNC Park and Pittsburgh's home for steak on a stone.
As an athlete, I'm all about performance and my overall health. I've wanted to improve my smile for a while, but I thought braces was the only option. A friend of mine mentioned she was improving her smile with Invisalign, so I checked out with my local orthodontist and found out that Invisalign could work for me as well. After a quick scan, my orthodontist created my Invisalign plan, and I couldn't be more excited to start. Check out Invisalign.com to find a doctor in your neighborhood. It's great that there are trained Invisalign doctors in our own community here. Invisalign.com.
Fantastic fall savings continue at Coons Market. Isn't that right, Frank Dentisi?
Right, Rob. Save with your Coons Reward Card. 80% lean, fresh ground beef, $3.99 a pound. Little Leaf Farms leaf lettuce, 4-ounce packages, $2.99 each. And selected varieties of value pack Lance crackers, 20-count packages, $4.99 each. Additional savings in our meat department. Eckrich smoked sausage or Polska kibasi, 39 to 42-ounce packages, $8.88 each. And boneless, skinless, fresh salmon side cuts are $5.49 a pound. In the produce department, selected varieties of Eastern apples, 3-pound bags, 2 for $5, and Haas variety avocados are 77 cents each. In our deli department, Sugardale Virginia Classic ham is $6.99 a pound. And this week, selected varieties of Kraft chunk or shredded cheese, 7 to 8-ounce packages, 2 for $5.
So get in as those fantastic fall savings continue at Coons Market. Coons Market, a Pittsburgh tradition.
I am a father.
I am a mentor.
I am a wife.
I am an artist.
I am a husband.
I am a friend.
I am a sports fan.
I am your neighbor.
I am a member of your church.
I am.
I am.
I am.
I am a police officer.
Support your local law enforcement officials. Sponsored by the Pennsylvania Fraternal Order of Police. Visit partnersinpublicsafety.com.
From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. My friend Ellen, what's up?
What's up, Marty, is if you are heading out and about, making some travels for your commute or just heading out for your Friday morning, we do have some slowdowns because of construction. And this one's now on northbound 79 as you're approaching the Parkway West. Mobile crews have been working on 79 in the area of Moon Run and the Parkway West. And so traffic is a little sluggish right now, again, as you approach that Parkway West off-ramp or head further northbound toward Moon Run. Parkway West on the inbound ride is stop and go all the way down the front side of Green Tree Hill. You have traffic light delays behind the Liberty tunnels on 51 and 19. 28's rolling great, but you do have traffic on Route 8 that's very heavy as you approach the intersection with Katanning Street. That's because of some daylight construction work there. Our next AAA traffic on the 5s coming your way in about 15 minutes with AAA traffic. I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred roofing replacement contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Clouds will limit sunshine the rest of today. It'll be brisk and chilly. A few places will get a shower, high 50 to 54. Partly cloudy tonight, low 34 to 38. Tomorrow, intervals of clouds and sun with a high of 53. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Open enrollment is here until December 7th. Will your doctors remain in network? Get free personalized Medicare plan comparisons from locally owned Need Part C right now. Top national and regional carriers. Medicare can be confusing, but it doesn't have to be with Need Part C. NeedPartC.com.
At PJ Fitzpatrick, you don't have to pick between affordability and quality. You can get American-made windows that are beautiful, affordable, and energy efficient. PJ Fitzpatrick has a variety of financing packages that work with any budget. Plus, they provide peace of mind with a lifetime guarantee on materials and labor for your new windows. You can have it all. Visit TrustPJ.com for a free design consultation. That's TrustPJ.com.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at KennyRoss.com.
Okay, here we go. It is a Friday. We're going to end the week on a great note. Colin Dunlap, 2 to 6 right here, KDK.
Rick the Barber, call us, man. I know he listens, so he gets busy. He's cutting hair. He's my man. But he had something for us. I got to mention Eddie Borkowski. He's a judge. He's a badass. He's the hammer. So yesterday, this crazy woman that got arrested had like 7 priors, and Krause's people arrested her. And she had weapons, and she struggled. And her initial bond was $500, 10% down, so $50. Ed Borkowski jumped in and said, hell with that, and denied her bond. Seriously. Then this morning, this is why I love Ed Borkowski. I get a text from my people who are pleased as hell that Borkowski jumped in and denied bond for one of these moron teens who was shooting at his friends in the Ross Park Mall. They had a couple days of hearings, people saying the kid was wonderful. He had 14 priors, and the plan was, and always is, send them home to mommy. And there's a movement now from people like Borkowski, Riccardi, De Lucente, the judge. She's amazing. She's amazing. And Bigley to say to hell with that. Susan Ivancevic De Lucente, she's the presiding judge. Badass. And Kelly Bigley, badass. There's a movement for them to say, screw this, not their words, mine. And for them to say, young man, act 33. You're an adult now. Go back to jail. Hey, look, it's not my plan to throw every teen in jail. However, it is a good plan to throw a teen with 16 charges on them, gun charges, drug charges, assault charges, to go to jail and stay in jail as an adult and to be treated as such. If you want to act like a big boy, you want to pull off big boy crimes, time to man up and do the time. Bye. See ya. And finally, and I think after a lot of messaging, finally, oh, there's our call. Finally, we're getting buy-in. And Ed Borkowski, who was a fantastic prosecutor, fantastic, real close was a pal, fantastic judge, fantastic, said, the hell with this. This teen is staying here with the big boys. Good job. Ed Borkowski could care less about publicity. In fact, he'd prefer that I never mention his name. He's still a badass. We're starting to get some momentum where judges are saying enough is enough. And I love hearing it. Morning, folks. Is it Rick or Terry?
No, this
I can't tell.
Kerry. This is Kerry.
Hey, Kerry, what's up?
Oh, not much. I represent Jones Turkey Farm, and I listened to your story yesterday with Rick the Barber.
I love him.
At the exact same time as the farmer from Jones Turkey Farm. And again, I do all his PR work, HR work, blah, blah, blah.
Wow.
So anyway, and I do it for nothing because the man donates so much.
Oh,
like
I love him.
he literally feeds the streets of Pittsburgh on Thanksgiving. He feeds every senior high rise as far as you could throw a rock or whatever, you know what I mean? In probably a 10-mile area, square mile area. So anyway, he called me the same time I was calling him, and I said, what's up? He said, I was just listening to KDKA, and a barber from Blawnox needs help. Yeah. And I said, well, what do you think? I says, because I tell you what I think. He said, what? I said, let's donate some turkeys to these guys so that they have a Thanksgiving like everybody else does.
Nice.
And obviously he agreed with me, and there we are. So I talked to Rick the barber, and Rick's going to give me a call whenever he makes the arrangements so that I could deliver them to his shop so he could have the people show up to pick the turkeys up, and so on and so forth. So we're just trying to pay it forward like everybody else. And the farmer, like I said, he donates so much. I do this for him to help him for absolutely nothing. I'm not putting a feather in my cap, but what he does do for me is I have a lot of people in the area that feed the homeless, shelters, children's shelters for Thanksgiving, Christmas, and anything I can do to help them. I don't do anything. I'm not going to toot my own horn because they do it all. All I do is get them product.
My man, you guys have a hell of a turkey there. A hell of a turkey.
Yeah. So anyway, we're going to donate 4, and if he needs more, he's going to let me know. We're going to make it happen for 4 or 5 or 6 or whatever people that need it so that we can they could have a good Thanksgiving like everybody else.
Man, I love it. What is the demand like for turkeys this year?
Pardon me?
What's the demand like? How many turkeys will you crank out this year?
Insane amount. I'll tell you why. Locally to us, and I'm not. Am I on the air?
Yeah, you are. You're live.
Oh, okay. So locally to us, there's another turkey farm near us.
Yeah.
And they're not selling turkeys this year.
Yeah,
Unbeknownst to us, they made that announcement. You know who it is.
Yep.
So when I started helping him 21 years ago, he was raising 500 turkeys.
Right.
Or up to 6,000.
Whoa. Whoa.
Now, he sells a lot at Thanksgiving, obviously. Wow. And he's doubled his flock of chickens to accommodate people for eggs. During the whole egg crisis of January, my man was selling eggs for $3 a dozen.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. That's a hell of a deal.
And he said, everybody's telling me I should raise my price. He says, but you know what? People just can't afford it anymore.
Wow,
I
that's
said, you know what? As long as you're making money at $3 a dozen, let's keep on going.
I love that kind of person. My man, 6,000 turkeys?
Yep. Wow. And again, we have a lot of people throughout the area. Like I've got a locksmith that's in in Verona, Penn Hills Door and Lock, if I can mention that name.
Of course, please.
And he helps out. Now I'll take turkeys down to him, and he has certain families that he takes them to. He delivers them. He makes everything and helps them get through the holiday every year.
Man, I love him.
And then the other thing that we do is we donate to a couple of the clubs, like the Eagles Club in Verona.
Yeah.
And they bring the vets in. And they have a good turkey dinner, not the one that they get at the VA. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No. I get it.
Yes. So anyway, but Dave Jones, bless his soul, he's never said no to me. Like I said, I don't charge him, but he's never said no to me. And there's a family that needs help, we help them.
My man,
you're
the best. Jones Turkey Farm rocks. 6,000.
Yeah, they really do.
What's the price like? What's the price like this year?
You know what? I don't even know what the price is on that turkey, but we're a little bit more than most stores. You know what I mean? You get a turkey for $1.69 a pound or something like that. We're $4.50, $5, and that's because it's a free range turkey. They ate the bugs, and they.
Nice.
On top of that, he doesn't shoot them with antibiotics,
nice.
And he doesn't shoot them with water, so it increases the poundage and so on and so forth. So,
do you eat turkey?
The man, Dave Jones is a saint. He goes, like I said, he's never said no to me.
I love him.
And there's a lot of people that ask me for help, and I make it happen for them, but through him because he's the saint.
Thanks, my man. You're the best.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, man.
Happy Thanksgiving and happy holidays to you and your listeners.
Making a difference every day. Really cool. That's on top of Bill Artman with Giant Eagle, my man. One of my boys saying, hey, man, you want a couple hundred turkeys? Oh, yeah. Email me, folks. Get Marty at KDKRadio.com if you need turkeys. Get Marty at KDKRadio.com if you need turkeys. AAA traffic powered by Bowser. My friend Ellen, what's up?
Marty, what's up is we have construction zone lane restrictions on the Parkway East that will cost you some extra minutes if you need to make a trek toward the Squirrel Hill tunnels. Inbound, you have delays that greet you before the Rodi Road interchange because of work that's happening between Rodi Road and Churchill. So watch out for that slowdown. Once you get closer to the Squirrel Hill tunnels, just a minor delay there. Parkway West on the inbound ride is stacking for you right around the top of Green Tree Hill and heads up in Carnegie 8th Street at West Main Street. In Carnegie Borough, we have crews rolling up on the scene of a reported accident at that intersection. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to the Marty Griffin Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Spirits are up in Latrobe. We're excited to announce the strong Orlando schedule out of Latrobe. That's right, Orlando is #1. Fly out of Latrobe. Easy drive. Park for free. Book now for your Orlando excursion. Be part of the top destination out of Latrobe.
So, two things. My sis Barb is 2.5 years into her battle with pancreatic cancer, and they gave her a year to live. Just saying. She credits the wonderful care at UPMC, and I credit her courage along with that for keeping her alive. And my boy Norm, one of my closest friends, just went through months of chemo, also UPMC, and he credits the staff and the wonderful people there for keeping him alive. UPMC, life-changing, life-saving information.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
To get this special radio offer, go to leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today and get up to 30% off. That's leaffilter.com/deal for up to 30% off. leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
For generations, you've listened to us in your kitchen, catching baseball games on your front porch, and ending your day as your bedtime buddy. Now, you can watch us every day on your TV with our new KDKA Radio YouTube page or by clicking on KDKARadio.com. It's presented by Metropolitan Windows. Same great content, more live visuals. The voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Do you think your car is not worth much? Well, think again. At Memorial Highway Chevrolet, we are giving you the highest possible price on your trade-in. No matter the make, model, or year, we want it. Plus, with inventory moving fast and bonuses at an all-time high, there's never been a better time to trade up. Whether you're upgrading or just curious what your car is worth, now is the time to act because these trade-in values won't last forever. Visit memorialdeals.com or come visit us at 2430 Lebanon Church Road in West Mifflin. Memorial Highway Chevrolet. We're dealing.
It used to be the sole function for a kitchen was food preparation. We cooked in the kitchen and we dined in the dining room. But times have changed. And although today the kitchen is still where we cook, it's also where we share meals, have an important family conversation, and even help the kids with their homework.
That's right. Today's kitchens are multi-use areas and should be designed accordingly. And that's where we come in. Petite Kitchen and Bath will make your new kitchen a warm and inviting place for family and guests alike. We'll make it supremely functional and beautiful.
You know, they say the heart of any home is the family kitchen. Make your kitchen great. Discover why generations of satisfied customers have chosen Petite Kitchen and Bath Design Center.
Visit our showroom on Route 50 or call us at 412-279-2222. Haven't you waited long enough?
PA 625.
Many of you know that my inspiration for becoming an accident attorney was my brother Tim, who was rendered a quadriplegic at age 18. I didn't know what a personal injury lawyer was or what they did, but I soon did. Tim was treated terribly by the insurance company, and I became enraged. It was a constant delay and deny. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Tim later worked with me for 27 years. Last year, my hero died at age 65. You can see my eulogy for him by visiting mybrothertim.com. He was one hell of a man. Because of Tim, together we built the largest injury firm in the world, and our clients are treated the way I would want my family to be treated. At Morgan & Morgan, nobody is a nobody and everybody is a somebody. If you need our help, visit forthepeople.com on your phone or computer. See you soon, Tim. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
Injured? Dial pound law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
And now for a business news update from the Pittsburgh Business Times. I'm managing editor Mike Larson. Federated Hermes is expanding its real estate capabilities in the U.S. via its second private markets acquisition of 2025. The Pittsburgh-based investment giant is acquiring 80% of FCP Fund Manager LP, a privately held U.S. real estate investment manager based in Chevy Chase, Maryland. FCP has invested in, operated, or financed more than $14.6 billion in gross asset value since inception, including more than 75,000 multifamily apartment units. The aggregate purchase price of up to $331 million includes $215.8 million in cash and $23.2 million in Federated Hermes Class B common stock that will be paid and issued at closing, expected during the first half of 2026. Also, Mission Barbecue is set to open a new location in Cranberry, its third in the Pittsburgh region. The chain will formally open its doors at 2229 Route 19 on Tuesday, October 28th at noon. Mission Barbecue first opened in Maryland in 2011, founded by former Under Armour executive Bill Krause and former Outback Steakhouse Regional Vice President Steve Newton. The restaurant's expanded to over 140 locations across the U.S. and operates 2 other Pittsburgh locations, one in Robinson and one in Monroeville. For more on these stories and other local business news, log on to pittsburghbusinesstimes.com. I'm Mike Larson.
It's Marty Griffin on the voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
Turkeys are actually interesting. Patrick and I were looking at prices. In the Jones, the turkeys are amazing. But as he said, what do you say? They're $5, $6 a pound. Supposed to be the best turkeys in the world. Good for them. 6,000 of them. Good for them. Jones Turkey Farm. Giant Eagle has turkeys as cheap as $189 a pound. Patrick was just looking. I find it to be the favorite holiday for a lot of folks. I think in our family it is. And I'll tell you why. My brother Chris, my man, he has made it into an event. He, I think he has 6 fryers, 6 in his backyard, all safe, really cool, set up like a pro. I think last year they fried like 30 turkeys for people. It's very cool. His boys will come over, the neighbors. It's wonderful. He's made it into this amazing gathering of family and friends. And as you get older, as I am, it becomes less and less about the food. Richard Bazzi is the most generous turkey person I've ever known. He has this event with Bubba. All you do is call and they put you on a list. That's it. I think he gave away 1,200 turkeys last year. Richard Bazzi writes the check. It's an amazing deal. It's an amazing deal. And along the way, he drops off 2 turkeys at my house, and then my brother cooks them. It's very cool. I lost my taste buds when I had cancer treatment, so I can't really taste turkey, so I don't care. Not about me. Kids love it. Kids love the gravy. They love the stuffing. They love the mashed potatoes. And even when I was sick as hell from chemo, just sitting in my brother's house eating nothing was the best day I had of the year. And this year, it will be my sis Barb, who's now into her pushing 3 years battling pancreatic cancer. And even though she doesn't eat as much as she would like, she loves family. And the love and the family has kept her alive. She'll tell you that. So to me, it ain't about the turkey. It's about the people at the turkey dinner. And it's a magical day. And my brother and my family make it that. And I hope you do the same in your households.
It's the little things. The information you need. People you know. The little things that make a big difference. The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for moms.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. Come celebrate Levin's huge anniversary sale with my friend Robert Levin and his team. Amazing savings, starting up with 80% off clearance and special buys, plus $105 instant anniversary sale discount on purchases of $9.98 or more, and 5-year special financing on qualifying purchases of $24.99 or more. Let me repeat, save 20% store-wide, plus $105 instant discount and 5-year special financing. Levin's huge sale.
Honey, I found the perfect place for my parents and us.
Where?
St. Barnabas. For us, the Woodlands Carriage Home Community. And for my parents, condominium-style living at the Village. My folks will love the Village. There's an indoor mall with shops, restaurants, and more. And we can relax, knowing they're safe and secure.
That's what I plan to do when we move to St. Barnabas. Relax.
Call 724-444-5568 or visit stbarnabascommunities.com.
Attention, have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers. So don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-207-4545. That's 800-207-4545. Once again, that's 800-207-4545.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
45 with cloudy skies at 12 o'clock. I'm Paul Rasmussen. A 21-year-old man died overnight in a hit-and-run incident on the Turnpike in Beaver County. Troopers say Khalil Mutadaber's vehicle was disabled near the Beaver Valley interchange around 2:30 a.m. The Shaler area graduate reportedly got out and was walking near milepost 14 when he was struck. State police say the shoulders of the roadway in that part of the turnpike are narrow, making it more dangerous for anyone stopped on the side of the road. Troopers now looking for the vehicle involved. They're asking anyone with information or leads to call the Gibsonia Barracks. A Pennsylvania lawmaker wants to prevent books from being removed from the shelves of public libraries because of politics or ideology. News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush has the story.
Senator Amanda Cappelletti is proposing a bill to stop publicly funded institutions from censoring books and other materials. She says Pennsylvania ranks among the worst states for book bans, with 56 attempts last year to remove more than 300 titles, most involving LGBTQ+ authors or people of color. The measure would require libraries to follow the American Library Association's Bill of Rights or risk losing state funding. Cappelletti says Pennsylvania should join states like Maryland, New Jersey, and Colorado that have already outlawed book bans. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
Another state lawmaker wants to encourage data centers to go green. With that story, here's News Radio KDKA's David Ballarado.
With AI and data centers using so much energy, Delaware County State Senator Tim Kearney wants to give them an incentive to run off of solar or other green energy sources. He's circulating a memo to provide a tax break if they go exclusively with alternative energy sources and invest in energy efficiency by 2030.
Data centers are going to happen. We need to figure out how to find power for them and how to find it in a way that's not going to cost all the other ratepayers.
He says solar is the cheapest way of making energy. Kearney says with rates already going up last summer across Pennsylvania due to increased demand, the center should be incentivized to find ways of not using so much power. David Ballarado, News Radio KDKA.
Students and faculty at the University of Pittsburgh will soon have a new AI tool. The Tribune Review is reporting Pitt has signed an agreement with Anthropic and Amazon Web Services for an AI model called Claude for Education. It will be deployed at all Pitt campuses. Inflation was up slightly last month. Consumer prices increased 3% in September compared to last year, also up from 2.9% in August. Today's Labor Department figures reflect a much smaller increase than economists were predicting. Also, Social Security recipients will get a 2.8% cost of living boost in 2026. The average increase will work out to about $56 per month. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 553 points at 47,288. The Nasdaq is up 279 points, and the S&P is up 64. KDKA Sports Moon is visiting South Fayette on tonight's high school football game of the week. Our coverage starts with KDKA kickoff at 6. Game 1 of the World Series tonight at Los Angeles for the Blue Jays and Dodgers. The news is brought to you by P.J. Fitzpatrick. Need a new roof or just want to repair a small leak? Trust PJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time 12:03. 45 and mostly cloudy in Pittsburgh. The AccuWeather forecast is next.
Baseball Learning Center is a Pittsburgh-based nonprofit organization that helps at-risk and disadvantaged people earn their high school diploma, along with various credentials to develop a career pathway through the workforce, higher education, and the U.S. military. Since 2003, Baseball has successfully helped over 25,000 students and their families by providing hope and solutions through a unique mind, body, and spirit approach that reconnects the disconnected while addressing regional workforce needs. This October, don't let a bone-rattling old ride spook you. Get into something new at Bowser's Subaru in Pleasant Hills. This October, take the fright out of car shopping with the 2025 Subaru Crosstrek, the SUV built for every adventure, no matter how chilling the road ahead. Lease a 25 Crosstrek Premium, VIN number SH335562, for just $289 a month. These October savings won't last. Get the Bowser Subaru today with credit approval and financing through SMFL. MSRP $30,161. 36-month lease with 10,000 miles per year, $1,099 due at signing, no security deposit required, tax, title, and fees not included. Dealer doc fee of $477 applies. See Bowser Subaru for complete details. Offer ends November 1st. BowserSubaru.com. Bowser Subaru, Route 51 South on top of the hill.
Do you have questions about Medicare? Aetna has Medicare Advantage plans that include prescription drug coverage in Pennsylvania with a $0 monthly plan premium. Plus, the plans include benefits like dental, vision, and hearing. You may also qualify for a monthly credit toward your Part B premium. Call Aetna today at 1-888-76-AETNA to learn more. Aetna Medicare is an HMO PPO plan with a Medicare contract. Our D-SNPs also have contracts with state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in our plans depends on contract renewal. Plan features and availability may vary by service area.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Clouds will limit sunshine the rest of today. It'll be brisk and chilly. A few places will get a shower, high 50 to 54. Partly cloudy tonight, low 34 to 38. Tomorrow, intervals of clouds and sun with a high of 53. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
This is certified elder law attorney Julian Gray, and I've been helping Pittsburghers for 30 years navigating the legal issues surrounding aging. Get ready for your retirement years and what lies ahead with a no-obligation consultation. Visit grayelderlaw.com.
Have an issue in your community? Talk about it now with Marty Griffin. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
I'm sitting here on the Ticketmaster.com website looking at Steeler tickets because the buzz. ESPN said it's the biggest game of the year so far. I don't believe that. They're playing up this hype with Aaron Rodgers, and by the way, seems like a wonderful guy. And he played for the Pack and blah, blah, blah. And it's Sunday night, it's prime time, and I'm told by the Steeler folks it's sold out. I don't know what that means. Because I'm looking on Ticketmaster. I was very curious about this because I heard there was a buzz about this game. And I'm looking on Ticketmaster, and there are seats, and I don't know anything about seating. Patrick kind of does. Section 525, row P. Awful seats, up high, way in the back of the end zone. Looks like you're standing. It says standing room only. $181. That's the cheapest seat in the whole place. And then, this is Ticketmaster. I don't know how this stuff works, but my man does. One of my boys is on the line. You got to hear from him. He's the best in the country. No exaggeration. There are seats, section 110. Again, I don't know this stuff. Row B, $804. All the way up to, hold on, let me keep going here. Section 111, row 0, $850. I don't know if those are good seats, but those are expensive. But it's not, if you want to ask my man, the guru himself, Ticket Nick. My man, is this the hot game that everybody says it was?
It's not as hot as it was, but it's still a good game. I mean,
it's for a night game in Pittsburgh, it's a big ticket.
Is it? So Nick, these prices, is that accurate, what I just went through? Are they as low as $200?
That's a little bit high from what I'm seeing. You know, from the get-in standpoint to walk in the door, you're about right. It's about $185 to walk in the door. And if you want something really good, I mean, I know you were talking about, you know, 110, 111s. I have stuff in hand much cheaper than $800 a piece.
Oh, is that true? Hey, Nick, help us out. I'm an idiot. Is 110, 111, are those good seats, buddy?
Those are good seats. Those are 111 is like 50-yard line, lower level, behind the visitor's bench.
Oh. Oh, wow. Okay. And Nick, because I called you about this, because I love him. He really is the best in the country. To sit down and talk to him, man, it's so entertaining. And Nick, how do people know? Because I know people that got screwed on tickets for concerts and games. How do you know you're getting tickets from someone you trust and that the deal is legit?
Well, with the NFL, there's two marketplaces that are actually certified through the league.
Oh.
One of which is Ticketmaster, so you will get the exact seat you purchase.
Oh, nice.
The other one is SeatGeek. SeatGeek. Yeah. So, like, to give you a little background, we have to enter the barcodes of the tickets into what would be our point of sale, so that it can integrate with Ticketmaster and SeatGeek. Other marketplaces are not integrated.
Oh. And so, I don't want to speak for you. You wouldn't advise someone to use anything other than those two if they want a true source they can trust.
If they want the exact seat that they are purchasing, that is correct. Another exchange may replace the seat or give them a different seat. You know, whether the seat was to double sell or something along those lines.
So help me out with this. Because I reached out to Nick because I love him, and actually we're good friends. I talk to him all the time because I love what he does. It's actually kind of a cool business. So I thought, because I'm an idiot, this would be the game of the year. And Nick said, And then Nick said the Cowboys-Steeler game was massive. What kind of ticket price was that?
The price just kept climbing. It was a Sunday night game. It was a night game.
Yeah.
And then if you remember, we had bad weather, bad storms. They even delayed the start of the game.
Yeah.
Because of the storms that came through. And, you know, that was a little bit of a fiasco. But that price kept climbing and climbing until the day of. And, you know, it was stupid money. I mean,
How much, Nick, average? What were you saying?
I think it was like $400 or $500 to walk in the door.
Oh. Why? What is that?
Dallas fans travel. Dallas fans are everywhere.
Oh. And Nick, you're saying I could walk in the door for this game for under $200?
Right now, yes.
Wow. In your business, it's kind of low, isn't it? We thought better. It'd be better. Didn't we?
I thought with it being a Sunday night game, I thought, you know, I thought it would be sitting right around here.
Oh, I see.
And the ticket count is still a little high for my liking, so maybe it loosens up a little bit.
How many tickets are out there?
Meaning how many tickets are on? About 1,600 are out there on the market right now.
Oh.
So.
Huh. Why? Why do you think?
I mean, there's people that got to go to work on Monday, Marty. I mean, not everybody's like you that starts at 10 o'clock.
My man, 4:30 a.m., brother. You know that better than anyone. Wow.
I do.
Wow. So two places you can trust. Get in under $200. We'll get lower right before the game, Nick.
It's tough to tell that nowadays because everything's mobile. So, I mean, back in the day when things were hard ticket, Wednesday was kind of my day of judging because everybody had to ship their physical tickets to their customers so they would get there by Friday. So you kind of saw the tickets come off the board where now people can buy up to last minute. And I'll be honest with you, Marty, every game this year, around game time, the prices have gone up in Pittsburgh. And that is not a normal. That is not a normal trend for this market. And maybe the trend is changing, but I don't know what to expect, to be honest with you, on Sunday. It either could be a bloodbath or it could be, it could climb again. I mean, Cleveland climbed last minute. Why? I don't know. But like I said, with tickets being mobile now, people can buy up until the last second.
So, my man, there's no way there's some $40 ticket floating out there 5 minutes before kickoff, is what you're saying?
No, this game, there's no way.
No way. No way. Pit games? I think so. Yeah? Sometimes?
Oh, pit games, absolutely. Yeah. Tomorrow down at the stadium, walk around 3 o'clock. You'll get in.
How much?
You can get in now probably for $10.
No.
Big walk in the door.
10?
Yes. Yeah.
Wow. That's not good for Pitt.
No.
Hey, Nick. Are there still guys, because I don't see them because I don't pay attention, but I don't see as many guys walking around asking for tickets on corners anymore. Is that gone?
No, there's still guys. I mean, I have a guy that is on the street for us.
I see.
But, it's tough for somebody to go on the street and trust somebody that's transferring a ticket to them and have that transaction happen on the street. So a lot of it has gone all to the internet, and that's why we're in the office on game days.
So a guy on the street would have to transfer that to your cell phone, and then you have to pay for it on the cell phone, and it's not as reliable as people think. And cell service is sketchy down there.
Cell service, especially around where I have our tailgate, gets real sketchy about an hour before kickoff.
Which is another reminder to download your tickets prior, sir.
Absolutely. Always have them in your wallet. Don't try to do it right at the gate.
And what about people that think they're getting some deal on sources outside of these two reliable sources and they get screwed? No way to get that money back, is there?
If it's from a marketplace, whether it may be StubHub, Vivid, Game Time, they all have policies on how they handle that. Some is 200% money back guarantee. Some is a replacement ticket. They all have their different policies, and the major exchanges or marketplaces are reputable. But if you want that exact seat, you need to go to somebody that is barcode integrated. And for the NFL, there's only two, and that is SeatGeek and Ticketmaster.
I had no idea till today. That's amazing. Nick, my man is a living legend, and he's like 20 years old. Thanks, Nick.
All right, thanks, Marty. Take care.
He's my man. I love him. We sat with him at Oakmont Bakery because he was out there working. The stories are amazing, and I trust him, and people trust him, and that's key. You got to trust these people because it's all digital, and who the hell knows?
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Let me tell you about this new Pretzel Cheddar Club. Hey, I'm Carlos.
And I'm Ebony. And a little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A Pretzel Cheddar Club
is the tangy Dijon with the pretzel bun. It takes it to a whole nother level.
It goes perfectly with the chicken and the cheddar cheese and the bacon.
Man, you know how much you love bacon. And I love the different varieties. Grilled, spicy, original. It gets you nice and excited for fall.
Order the Pretzel Cheddar Club with Cherry Berry and Sprite for a limited time on the Chick-fil-A app. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
There's nothing like when you get that part from eBay and it just fits. Yeah, the first time. So you can do less of this and get right back to more of this. At eBay, you'll find all the parts you need, guaranteed to fit, at prices you'll love. Sounds good, doesn't it? eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Gather up the season's best savings all month long during the Jim Shorty Kia North Huntington and Wexford Harvest the Savings event.
Lease a new 2026 Kia Sportage for just $199 a month for 24 months or finance for 1.99% APR for 60 months.
Don't wait. The road to fall savings starts here. Your deal, your way. What a great day at Jim Shorty Kia in North Huntington and in Wexford.
Visit us during the Kia Fall Savings event or call 609-735-6849 for offer details.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. Is your house ready for these changing seasons? Did you notice loose shingles, siding, or drafty windows? Is your deck wearing out? Call Cousins Roofing, Siding, and Deck. Sam and Calvin, they're great. You know how important family is to me. I love this family. The Cousins are talented, they're local, and they're honest. Call Cousins Roofing, Siding, and Decks now to get your project scheduled. 989-COUSINS. Check out their work at callthecousins.com. They're amazing.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install a Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
To get this special radio offer, go to leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today and get up to 30% off. That's leaffilter.com/deal for up to 30% off. leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
Time to enjoy free bocce in October. Bocce House of Pittsburgh. Check it out, boccehouse.com.
At Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank, our table has no end. Every seat filled means another neighborhood nourished, but this table needs you. Donate, volunteer, advocate, because the power of you keeps the table growing. Activate your power today at pittsburghfoodbank.org.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. Voss TV and Appliance has a huge selection of big brand names and prices you'll love. Third-generation family business. Rick, Matt, the entire Voss team provides meaningful service that actually serves. They answer phones, show up on time, and truly care about their customers. It's old school service that matters, and you won't find it anywhere else. Visit Voss's South Hills showroom today. 412-650-VOSS, 412-650-VOSS. Love them. The lowest prices guaranteed.
At the Pyatt family of companies, they're led by a passionate vision for the vibrant future that Pittsburgh deserves. From South Point to downtown to Esplanade, they bring bold, ambitious projects to life. That's why Pyatt Companies, Pyatt Sotheby's International Realty, Pyatt Hotel Group, and UFC Gym Pittsburgh proudly congratulate CEO Lucas Pyatt on receiving the Hometown Heroes Lifetime Achievement Visionary Award for his years of leadership. Learn more at Pyatt.com. Celebrate the spooky season with Zero Res and get 3 rooms of carpet cleaned starting at just $129. And take 15% off your air duct and dryer vent cleaning too. Book online at ZeroResPGH.com. Save big today. Does your sports equipment, locker room, and shoes stink? Knock it out with Knockout. Knokout is the GOAT of odor elimination. Just spray directly on the source of the odor and walk away. No rinse required. This multi-purpose spray is non-corrosive, non-flammable, hypoallergenic, and safe for people and pets. Knockout is available in 32-ounce spray bottles and 1-gallon bottles, too. Knockout is available at participating True Value hardware stores and online at disinfectwithsniper.com.
CBS Eye on Veterans from ConnectingVets.com. For Navy veteran Alejandra Amegan, what started as just a dream to build a yoga studio has grown into holistic wellness centers all over northern Florida. She describes how her mission is to improve the physical and mental health of civilians and veterans alike.
So we're a complete holistic space. We offer chiropractic, functional medicine, red light therapy, laser. So anything holistic that will help deal with pain, deal with inflammation. We have a 5-star veteran center here in Jacksonville. We do the wellness side, and we also do the yoga, which then helps with their state of mind. And so we've seen some really amazing success stories.
Sponsored by Progressive. We make the claims process easy.
so you can get back on the road in no time. It's why over 43 million drivers trust Progressive. See for yourself at Progressive.com.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Ticket Nick said something actually very interesting. We'll get to the Steelers in a second, but Pitt. This is actually fascinating. So my daughter went to that whiteout game at Penn State that they lost. And were there 110,000, some crazy number. The cheapest ticket that day, if I'm not mistaken, it was $600. And by game time, which is insane, by game time, $800. I think. I'm in the ballpark here. What's my point? Pitt, more wins than Penn State. Did you hear what Nick said? Tomorrow, you can walk in to a Pitt game. $10. 10. I wish it was better than that. I like Pitt a lot. I love that coach. I love his attitude. He seems like a Pittsburgher. I love that quarterback. I'm very loyal to it. PJ, the boss here, runs all the engineering and anything for the games, and Larry, my man, does insanely good sideline reporting. I know all the announcers, so I'm kind of, wow. My cousin Ryan, who's on the Pat McAfee team, said by game time, the average price for a Penn State ticket was over $1,000, and he was up there. Wow. And he's on the he's DJ Griff on the McAfee show. He's an unbelievable talent. He's a wonderful young man. I love him. He said it would have been cheaper to fly to Dublin, watch the Steelers play, and fly back than to have two people go to the Penn State game. It's amazing. I'm always confounded by the lack of interest in Pitt. They've won more games than Penn State. I love going to Pitt games. I love the environment. I love the fans. I love how there's families there. I love the tailgates. No one's drunk. Like tomorrow's homecoming. My daughters will both be there. But there ain't no buzz. Huh. There just isn't. And I don't know what it would take. I went to school with Dan Marino, played with Dan Marino. And even when Danny was at Pitt, and I went to the Cotton Bowl, even then, there were games they didn't sell out. Even when Dorsett played for Pitt, Tony D, there were games up on the hill that didn't sell out. And I've asked, and I've heard time and time again, so many other teams here, the stadium's not close enough. It's all they have at Penn State. Whatever the story is, to imagine that a Penn State ticket was over $1,000 and Pitt has more wins, and that a Pitt ticket tomorrow, $10. $10. Here's my thing. If you like football and you have a family and you have young boys or girls that like football, take them to a Pitt game. It's cool. No drunks, less traffic, no swearing, no fights, great environment. And in my opinion, really cool kid to watch play quarterback. Am I selling Pitt? Yeah, I kind of like Pitt because both my daughters are there. And I hope that the team has a hell of a lot of success. $10 for a ticket. Come on, man. Check out Pitt.
You can't escape a traffic jam. Know what else you can't escape? Seasonal allergies. And you might think you can avoid that coffee stain until... Oh, really? You can't escape a lot of things in life, but you can escape prediabetes. Prediabetes captures 1 in 3 adults. There are usually no signs of prediabetes. In fact, most people don't even know they have it. But with early diagnosis, you can change the outcome and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. Take action by taking the 1-minute risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org. You might not be able to escape having this song stuck in your head, but you can escape prediabetes. Go to doihaveprediabetes.org today. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention.
My dad served in Vietnam, the 82nd Airborne Division. He never talked about it, and my mom knew not to ask. So Dad buried himself in work and self-medicated and would lose his temper sometimes. Loud noises would put him on edge. It got rough. So I finally said to him, Dad, you gotta get help.
As a family member or friend, you may be the first to notice when a veteran you love has been going through changes. Things like withdrawing, drinking more, or increased anger could be a sign of a larger health concern, but help is available.
Dad finally went to VA for one-on-one and group therapy and got some really great tools to help him manage things. And I got my dad back.
Listen to hundreds of inspiring stories at maketheconnection.net and learn how you can support the veterans in your life. Treatment works. Recovery is possible.
The more you listen to your kids, the closer you'll be. So we asked kids, what do you want your parents to hear?
I feel sometimes that I'm not listened to. I would just want you to listen to me more often and evaluate situations with me and lead me towards success.
Listening is a form of love. Find resources to help you support your kids and their emotional well-being at soundidouttogether.org. That's soundidouttogether.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and Pivotal.
From the Aetna Medicare Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 46 degrees at 12:30. I'm David Ballarado. Court documents show that bond has been revoked today for Maishawn Scott. He's the 16-year-old who's being charged as an adult in connection with a shootout last month at Ross Park Mall. Initially, Scott had been granted a $200,000 unsecured bond, which meant he signed a document saying he would show up for court appearances, and if he didn't, he'd have to pay the bond. The eastbound lanes of the Pennsylvania Turnpike are back open after a deadly hit-and-run early today. News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush has the latest.
A 21-year-old Khalil Mutadaber had a disabled vehicle and was walking westbound in the eastbound lanes near milepost 14, close to the Beaver Valley interchange, when he was hit and killed around 2:30 a.m. Troopers say the driver took off and investigators are still looking for that vehicle. State police note the shoulders in that stretch of the turnpike are narrow, making it especially dangerous for anyone stopped along the road. The highway was shut down for several hours between the Newcastle and Cranberry interchanges, but has since reopened. The investigation is ongoing, and anyone with information about the incident is asked to contact state police at 724-443-5907. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
The arrests of more than 30 people, including pro basketball stars, is drawing new scrutiny of the booming business of sports betting. News Radio KDK's Paul Rasmussen has that story.
What happened yesterday was blockbuster, and it was like the NBA meets The Sopranos.
Former U.S. Attorney David Hickton says reports indicated something was brewing in the league. On the Big K Morning Show, Hickton said the scandal causes mistrust.
Whether you're a gambler or whether you're a sports fan, are these things real or are they being fixed?
NBA player Terry Rozier is accused of telling others he would leave a game early so they could place bets on that and cash in. Also, illegal poker games linked to Trailblazers coach Chauncey Billups were allegedly rigged by the Mafia. The victims lost $7 million. Paul Rasmussen, News Radio KDKA.
Stocks are soaring at this hour. The Dow is up 541. The Nasdaq is up 287. The S&P 500 is also higher, up 63. KDK Radio News Time, 12:31. Our next update's at 1 o'clock. I'm David Ballarado on the Voice of Pittsburgh, News Radio KDKA.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Just got off the phone with Mark Sorreo, the man himself, Oakmont Bakery. Mark, want to make sure you know it is pumpkin time. Oakmont Bakery. Pumpkin cheesecakes, bagels, donuts, cookies, pies, cupcakes, scones, cake rolls, coffee drinks, the flavors of fall, folks. Love me some pumpkin stuff. At Oakmont Bakery, they do it right, where everything is delicious.
Hi, this is Les Botkin of Botkin Family Wealth Management. Every week, I change the message on our building sign, and one of my favorites is, "You're never too old to set another goal or dream a new dream." It's so true. I was 63 on the day my daughter Sarah, son Lester, and I realized a big new dream. We opened the doors to our family-owned investment firm. I'd grown increasingly dissatisfied at our Wall Street brokerage, pressured by the priorities of a big firm. We craved a more intimate environment where we could focus on what matters most, relationships with our clients. Sarah and I are certified financial planners, and Lester is a chartered financial analyst. We deliver big resources in a personalized environment where you're important to all of us. Firms turn over all the time. Advisors turn over. We don't. We're headquartered in the South Hills of Pittsburgh. We live here and we work here in the building that we bought together. It's our family helping your family. Find out more at botkinfamilywealth.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL or visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce touches all areas of your life: your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on. Visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell & Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. Pittsburgh and Cranberry Township. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Brisk and chilly for the rest of our Friday with clouds, a little sun, and even a stray shower, high 50 to 54. Partly cloudy tonight, though, 34 to 38. Intervals of clouds and sun for tomorrow, high 53. Sunday, partly sunny, a bit milder, high 58. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Protect your liver and give it the support it deserves with Active Liver from New Nordic. Find Active Liver in stores at your local CVS, Meijer Grocery, or online at Amazon or at newnordicusa.com.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
House stealing. It's a nightmare that's real. It's the FBI's term for thieves stealing your home's title and draining your equity. Just one fake document filed with a recorder, and scammers can own your home on paper, drain your equity, and do it all without you even knowing. Imagine waking up to a foreclosure or eviction notice. Listen to former title thief Matt Cox.
What people don't realize is the ease in which this crime can happen. I can take the deed to your house and I can transfer that deed into my name. It's a great crime, and it's happening all the time.
So how can you stop the nightmare and protect yourself? Find out if you're already a victim now at HomeTitleLock.com. Use promo code RADIO and get a 30-day free trial of their $1 million triple lock protection, a title scan, and access to a title specialist, a $250 value. Don't wait. Go to HomeTitleLock.com now. Promo code RADIO.
Big weekend. Big. Did I say big? At Diamonds Direct. Got my daughter going in there with my wife. I'm going to tell you why. Sophia, my daughter's turning 21. We're going to surprise her, don't tell her, with a really cool necklace. Look, they've got this designer in there this weekend, Simon G. Star. Simon G. The best stuff. Signature pieces, engagement ring, fashion-forward jewelry you won't see anywhere else. World-class designer, Diamonds Direct this weekend, Friday and Saturday. It's the Diamonds Direct right across, right there at the entrance to the Ross Park Mall. It's a beautiful store right there on McKnight Road. And truth is, they just sized my wife's ring. They just fixed a small diamond. Amazing service. Melanie's our girl. She's the best salesperson I've ever seen. They have the best VIP treatment. The moment you walk in the door, you're treated like a very important person. Dom is direct. Absolutely love that place. Check it out.
100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA. Covered by JP Roofing and Siding. Pittsburgh's #1 platinum roofing company.
Spirits are up in Latrobe. We're excited to announce the strong Orlando schedule out of Latrobe. That's right, Orlando is #1. Fly out of Latrobe. Easy drive. Park for free. Book now for your Orlando excursion. Be part of the top destination out of Latrobe.
Get your football fix every Thursday evening at 6 with the Bowser Chevrolet Quest for the Best High School Football Show live from Dave & Buster's. Dan Zangrilli and the Dean of High School Sports, Mike White, break it all down. It's powered by Bowser Chevrolet and brought to you by Diulis Law, First National Bank, and by Guardian Protection, your hometown home and business security company. Only on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Hey folks, Bill Hillgrove here. I've called a lot of plays in my day, but here's one you probably didn't see coming. I got a reverse mortgage. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Bill, did you just give your house to the bank? Nope, my house is still mine. I just made it start paying me for a change. I worked with Federated Reverse Mortgage right here in Pittsburgh. Craig Schweiger has been serving local families for over 35 years. Extra income for everyday living, medical needs, or simply peace of mind. They made the whole process simple, stress-free, and dare I say, kind of enjoyable. There's no catch. You stay in your home and you use the equity you've built to take the pressure off. So if you're 62 or older, or if you're the adult child wondering how to help mom or dad, don't wait. Call Federated Reverse Mortgage at 833-888-0801 or visit fedreverse.com. Tell Craig I sent you. Equal housing lender. Reverse mortgages are subject to eligibility.
Prescription products require completion of an online medication consultation with an independent healthcare provider through the LifeMD platform and are only available if prescribed. Subscription required. Individual results may vary. Additional restrictions apply at lifemd.com. Read all warnings before using GLP-1s. Side effects may include a risk of thyroid C-cell tumors. Do not use GLP-1s if you or your family have a history of thyroid cancer.
Confused on where to start with weight loss medication? 95% of LifeMD patients said starting their weight loss journey was simple. Go to trylifemd.com now and see the best options with or without insurance for Wegovy, Zepbound, and more. Brian was approved for insurance coverage and lost 100 pounds.
I love the fact that insurance covered almost everything because pharmaceutical prices are going through the roof. The first time I realized that LifeMD was working for me was when the hunger started going away. I never thought losing weight would be this easy. It's given me more energy. I would recommend LifeMD to anybody.
Nearly 96% of patients said they would recommend the LifeMD program to anyone who wants to lose weight. Get started right now at trylifemd.com. That's TRYLIFEMD.com.
Fall in Pittsburgh. And does Rhino Shield do a business? Just ask business owner Mike.
I was watching TV one night and saw the Rhino Shield ad, and I thought, well, if they can do a house, they can probably do a building.
And remember, Rhino Shield's not pain, it's better.
So they came out and they gave me a price, showed me how the Rhino works, how it lasts, and how the guarantee works.
Pittsburgh, right now, you can have the guaranteed protection of Rhino Shield for 15% off and 0% financing for 12 months.
They started on the building. They waited for us to leave, and they worked Saturday and Sunday so they wouldn't affect our business at all. This was the great part of it. I came back Sunday night, and you couldn't even tell they were here. There was no paint on the ground. They did a fantastic job.
Here's owner Shane Smith.
This offer is limited, so call me at 888-RHINO-41. That's 888-RHINO-41.
Don't paint.
Don't vinyl. Go Rhino.
Hey, don't vinyl. Go Rhino Shield. Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. Ford says a fire last month at an aluminum plant in upstate New York, a key supplier of its bestseller F-150 pickup truck, will mean a $2 billion loss in profits this year. But with that metals plant expected to resume production next month, Ford is thinking big. It plans to hire an extra 1,000 workers at its F-150 plants and crank out 50,000 more of those trucks to meet demand. Investors love it. Shares of Ford up more than 10%. Elsewhere on Wall Street, a tame inflation report for September has investors feeling confident that the Federal Reserve, when it meets again next week, will once again lower interest rates. Right now, the Dow and the Nasdaq both up 1.25% each. The S&P is up 1%. And J.P. Morgan Chase, the nation's biggest bank, will soon allow institutional investors to use Bitcoin, Ether, and other cryptocurrency assets as collateral for loans. That'll start by the end of this year. That's after keeping those digital currencies at arm's length for years. Tom Busby, Bloomberg Radio.
He's live, he's local, he's Marty Griffin. 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
Victory, baby. We're making some moves. And I'll tell you what. We've been pounding this. And none of this would happen without Jim Klingensmith, who has become a good friend, a rock, a hope for change in a world of hopelessness, involving taking criminals off the streets and adults, quite frankly. In the last 24 hours, I want to make sure I'm right with these names. This crazy woman, and I say that in the nicest way, was kept in jail without bond by Eddie B., Ed Borkowski, who I love. Hardcore, old-fashioned, by-the-book judge. And this woman was berserk and a multiple offender and had knives and tried to hurt cops, and they bounced her on a $500 bond, 10% down, so $50. And Eddie B said no. Bailey Loveday. Eddie Borkowski said hell no, revoked her bond. Justice. And then this morning, and this is big, this Jagoff kid, and this shocked the world, he was released last week on $200,000 unsecured bond, which means no bond. They laughed at the justice system. Borkowski revoked his bond today. Hell yeah. Jimbo, justice, brother, justice, right?
I love it. That's a win for the good guy, huh?
Right.
A win for the good guy. I love it. Judge Eddie Borkowski, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for listening to us. But here's the thing. He's always been the guy that listens, and he can't control everything. He probably just wasn't even aware of it. But the second he gets wind of it, he's a true, strong, powerful judge, and he understands the system and the law and the rules, and his scales are even, okay? So he looked at this and said everything is wrong, and he stepped in like he should have, and he made great decision. I love him.
So my sources tell me that this happened. Let me read this. They had 3 days of hearings on this with good time to review. So it was not a knee-jerk by a good judge. So this was thorough, brother.
Yeah, he does everything thorough. That's what everybody's supposed to be doing. Judge Eddie Borkowski is the epitome of a real judge. When you think of a judge, you look at him. His appearance, his personality, the way he handles himself, the way he handles his courtroom, how professional he is with everybody, from the janitor to the governor. He treats everybody the same. His scales are balanced. He sees the crime wave and the problems and stuff. But he can't control everything. So for him to hear this and jump on it, once again, I love this guy. How do you not love Judge Eddie Borkowski? He's the greatest. We've been looking for that guy, and it's Judge Eddie Borkowski stepped up. I'm excited. I'm happy.
Oh, hell yeah.
This is a big deal. There's so many things that he just did. He just saved her. He saved her from herself.
He did.
He saved the community, the cops, somebody getting hurt, jail time. He just saved aggravation from 20 people, and plus who knows what else and other victims she was going to create. I love him. I'm ecstatic over this.
Jimbo, I understand that all this rhetoric, all of our messaging is getting through. I'm hearing, are you hearing the same thing? Because I am.
Yes, I am. It's actually, this last week has exploded. It's growing. Everybody's paying attention. Your radio's gone in the courthouse. Everybody's listening. You're the water cooler talk, you and I, and the crime wave and everything going on. And then everybody was hearing it, but nobody was listening and acting on it. And good men step up. And Judge Eddie Borkowski is a great man, and he stepped up.
Twice.
I love it. Twice. Yeah, twice.
And you know what he did? He put it right in the face of those woke judges. Said, "To hell with you." Huh. Good.
He should. He's a great judge. He's a wonderful judge. And now he's starting to show the woke judges how to act like a judge.
Right.
This is how you This is how you look at a case. You look at the totality of the circumstances. Yep. You know, wait for some innocent victim to get killed or a cop to become a new victim? No. I'm shutting them down, and I'm going to take charge and follow the lead. So I'm sure he has their full attention now.
Oh, yeah. And my man, he doesn't care if they're out in the street. He's revoking their damn bond.
I love it.
I love it.
I love it. I love it. He knows exactly what he's supposed to do. Judge Eddie Borkowski, thank you, sir.
He's very laid back, too. And believe me, he would hate to know that we were talking about him. He would hate to hear that. He hates publicity. He's my man.
Yeah. Yes, he would. Yep. He would. He's a very humble individual. He's just solid across the board. And I'm glad he was able to hear through the constant noise coming from your station and myself and the public and the cops and the community and the victims and the victims and victims and victims,
yep.
You know. He heard us. Judge Eddie Borkowski heard our call.
Jim Klingesmith, my brother, thanks.
Yes, sir.
Truth to power, my man.
Beckett's amazing. He's a miracle child. In the mornings, he'll wake up and he roll the shades up and, Dada, it's time to get up. It's a bright, beautiful day.
He started getting dizzy. At the first of the year, he started going, I have to sit down, I'm dizzy, Mommy. A month after his 3rd birthday, he got diagnosed with ATRT brain cancer. All you can think of is, the kid's not gonna live. The fact that St. Jude doesn't bill is a godsend. And the fact that we don't have to ask for help here makes things a lot easier to go through what we have to go through with Beckett. The fact that they are researching and they are saving these children, it's so important. We wouldn't be where we are without St. Jude, and in turn, we wouldn't be where we are without those people that have donated. They're the reason why my son's still alive.
Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Only 1 in 5 people with autism are employed, despite many having the skill set and desire to work.
Maybe it's because employers don't know what kind of jobs they can do. Like, what about a programmer?
That's a job for someone with autism.
How about a healthcare worker?
Yep, that is too. People with autism can do a lot of different jobs, but often get overlooked due to outdated stigmas. Introducing WIN by Autism Speaks. We help businesses lead the way in inclusive hiring.
What about a ranch hand?
To learn more, go to autismspeaks.org/win.
One of my boys, gotta love justice. I think so. I think it's a start. I don't want us to seem like heathens. I don't want us to feel as if there should be some arbitrary punishment of anyone with felonies. I think there should be justice. I think there should be fairness. And I think Borkowski sent a message in the last couple of days that it's time to be fair. Sounds fair, right, Anthony?
Marty, the state legislature is going to have to get involved in this craziness with these woke judges.
It's true.
It happened in Philly also.
It did.
Where they had a minimal bond for a guy who was accused of attempted murder and rape. They let him out. He goes and kills someone and buries the woman. And then Larry Krasner's sitting there shocked like Claude Rains in Casablanca that this guy was out. But you let him out, sir. You had him out. He should have had no bond if he was there for attempted murder and kidnapping. But so the legislature is going to have to get involved because these pretrial they've infiltrated the pretrial services to these wokesters.
They have. So this is. So let me say this though. from a big shot judge who I cannot name said, when given the right information, Eddie can always be counted on to do the right thing. There are judges who listen and who give a damn. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, but the other wokesters are going to look at him.
To his point.
They're going to conspire against him.
I think you're right.
And because their argument is so ridiculous, Marty. They're always talking about victims, and the marginalized. Well, you're sending these hoodlums, crazies, and lunatics back to the same communities that you say you love.
Yes.
That you're there to protect. So they don't care about victims. They care. They're trying to change history. They'll tell you, no, the system was flawed in the past, and we're here to fix it.
Well, we were screaming last week about that judge giving this kid unsecured bond for $200,000 and how ridiculous it was, right?
Yes.
And Borkowski said, "To hell with that," and snatched him off the streets and revoked his bond this morning. I love it. I love it.
Right now, but now the sheriff's them probably going to have to go out and get him.
It's true. No, it's true.
And that makes it more dangerous for everyone.
It does.
You had him. That's where you should. I mean, this is and there's no explanation for the wokesters. You see, they will never come on the air and explain themselves.
No.
So there has to be a mechanism that has to come from the legislature and say, if you are here for these type of crimes, you get no bond or you get a high bond. You just can't have a revolving door because the criminal element knows it, Marty, and they're sophisticated and they won't stop.
I like this, though. Little victory, brother.
Yeah, yes, it's a small victory. Now let's hope that the wokesters will get the message and will allow judges to do their job and quit sending these people back to harm the rest of us, because that's what they're doing.
And I wonder where this kid is. They're going to go out and look for him.
Yeah, and you had him.
Yep.
Yeah, you had him. And you could tell he doesn't have any parent participation. So, I mean, I don't know. And then you got the county exec and her crowd who wants to slow walk Schumann because of their nonsense. So we're really facing it here, Marty. Really facing it.
My man, thanks, brother.
All right, brother.
He's my man. One of my good friends and one of my favorite Americans. My man, Rick the Barber. What's up, brother?
Hey there. How you doing?
Good, man.
Hey, I understand a gentleman called me yesterday, and he's going to bring down some turkeys and give them away here on November 16th from a turkey farm in Butler, Pennsylvania.
Yes, I love it.
And did he call in this morning?
He did, sir. Yep.
Good. So he's going to bring them down, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. We're starting to get a little bit of contributions, okay? And I will get hold of you or Patrick, and you guys can distribute them if you do that. I don't know if you do or not.
We're all in, my man. We're all in. I love you, and I love how much you care, and I love that he called, and I love that he's donating. It's great.
Okay, sir. Well, I will let you guys go, and have a great weekend.
You're the absolute best, brother. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, man, Rick the Barber gives a damn. Regarding Borkowski, a man of his word who believes in justice and fairness. This isn't arbitrary. This isn't malicious prosecution. This isn't punitive. It's justice. He looked at the cases and said, bring them back, put them in jail where they belong. They're a danger to the community, and I love them for it. And none of this happens without Jim Klingensmith, my man, who has helped us tremendously get the word out about crime and punishment.
When you need to know, depend on the news leader. At home, in your car, or at work. The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM, AM 1020, and KDKARadio.com.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.
Hey, it's Andrew Filipponi. If your garage floor looks lousy with stains, cracks, or bad epoxy job, right now you can get 50% off labor on a new Comer and Cross garage floor. Call them now because 50% off labor ends soon. Here's their number, 1-800-NEW-4. A new Comer and Cross garage floor will be your favorite home improvement. It's going to feel like pulling into a new car showroom every night. Guaranteed to never chip, crack, or show tire lift like epoxy or paint ever. And Comer & Cross makes it so easy. All their employees are well-trained pros. They don't use subcontractors ever. They're in and out in one day. They'll fix your cracks and pits perfectly. They even take your stuff out for you. For 50% off labor and your new Comer & Cross garage floor installed by the holiday, call 1-800-NEW-FLOOR now. That's 1-800-NEW-FLOOR or go to COMERcross.com. Comer & Cross Garage Floor Coatings.
Nobody had to tell your grandparents not to drive while using their typewriters. Why should it be any different for us kids and our cell phones? Distracted driving was the cause of more than 3,000 deaths in 2022. Come on, we're smarter than this. Let's put down the phones and focus on the roads. Drive safe, everybody.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Are you tired of online threats? Then get an antivirus. It's the only online protection you will ever need.
Disclaimer, an antivirus is just half protection online. It will not protect you from snoopers or encrypt your traffic. So get better online protection with NordVPN. NordVPN will encrypt your traffic, protect you from malware and phishing, and stop annoying ads. Save 77% on NordVPN and get 3 extra months.
What does a teddy bear dream of? A teddy bear dreams of a best friend that tucks them in at night and wakes them up in the morning, who they share laughs and very secret secrets with. A best friend who they grow up with. What teddy bears don't dream of is being left alone, outside in the rain, in a shrine for school shooting victims who could have been their best friends.
School shootings are preventable. Learn the warning signs at sandyhookpromise.org.
SchultzFord.com, 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 49 degrees at 1 o'clock. I'm David Colorado. The news is brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick. 45 years of experience and thousands of 5-star reviews. TrustPJ.com. Bond has been revoked for one of the juvenile suspects who is being charged as an adult in the shootout outside Ross Park Mall last month. When he was charged last week, 16-year-old Myshawn Scott had been granted a $200,000 unsecured bond, meaning he didn't have to pay the bail and could remain free if he signed a legal document saying he would make all court appearances. At least one juvenile was injured and 2 parked vehicles were struck by gunfire in the September 30th incident between Dick's House of Sport and Nordstrom. A man is facing a number of charges after he was arrested in connection with an overnight house fire in Wind Gap. Police say crews quickly determined the one-alarm fire was suspicious. They questioned 45-year-old Timothy Hamilton at police headquarters, and he was taken to the county jail. Court documents show he's facing several arson counts, as well as recklessly endangering another person and criminal mischief charges. AP correspondent Marcela Sanchez reports on an update for Social Security recipients.
Social Security recipients will get a 2.8% cost of living boost in 2026. Agency officials say this represents an average increase of more than $56 a month for retired Americans. The adjustment goes into effect in January. Meanwhile, increased payments for people who receive supplemental security income will begin December 31st. The announcement was meant to be made last week, but was delayed because of the federal government shutdown. Some seniors say the Social Security Administration's cost of living adjustment won't help them much in paying for their daily expenses. Recipients got a 2.5% cost of living adjustment, or COLA, boost in 2025 and a 3.2% increase in 2024. The smaller increase for next year reflects moderating inflation. Marcela Sanchez, Washington.
And it is the 24th day of the government shutdown, and CBS's Stacey Lynn tells us there's no movement on either side.
House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries says they're prepared to support any bipartisan legislation that comes out of the Senate
that is designed to decisively address the Republican health care crisis, reopen the government, and enact a bipartisan spending agreement that actually makes life better for the American people.
He says if we get to November 1st and Republicans still refuse to budge with respect to the Affordable Care Act tax credits,
I think that's going to increase the intensity and need for urgent legislative action to take place.
Stacey Lynn, CBS News, Washington.
On Wall Street at this hour, the Dow Jones Industrial Average is up 519 points, the Nasdaq is up 298 points, and the S&P 500 is higher by 64 points. KDKA Sports, Moon visits South Fayette in tonight's high school football game of the week. Our coverage starts with KDKA kickoff at 6. Jeff Hathorn has a preview of tonight's game.
Moon's playing for a potential bye in the first round of the playoffs, where South Fayette's trying to get into the playoffs. Now, they're in the Allegheny 6, which is arguably the toughest conference in the WPIAL.
Also, Game 1 of the World Series is tonight at Los Angeles for the Blue Jays and the Dodgers. KDKA Radio News Time 103. Time to call Carlos at Greater Pitt Tree Service if you're concerned about your trees. Call 412-884-TREE. Right now, it's cloudy around the Pittsburgh area. Cool as well. It's 49 degrees. The AccuWeather forecast is coming up next.
This October, don't let a bone-rattling old ride spook you. Get into something new at Bowser Subaru in Pleasant Hills. This October, take the fright out of car buying with the 2025 Subaru Impreza, the compact car that's big on confidence and easy on the wallet. Lease a 25 Impreza base, VIN S8327718 for just $199 a month for 36 months with $2,299 due at signing with 10,000 miles per year. These October savings won't last. Get to Bowser Subaru today with credit approval and financing through SMFL, MSRP $26,971. No security deposit required. Tax, title, and fees not included. Dealer doc via 477 applies. See Bowser Subaru for complete details. Offer ends November 1st. BowserSubaru.com. Bowser Subaru, Route 51 South on top of the hill.
Fantastic fall savings continue at Coons Market. Isn't that right, Frank Dentisi?
Right, Rob. Save with your Coons Reward Card. 80% lean, fresh ground beef, $3.99 a pound. Little Leaf Farms leaf lettuce, 4-ounce packages, $2.99 each. And selected varieties of Value Pack Lance crackers, 20-count packages, $4.99 each. Additional savings in our meat department. Eckrich smoked sausage or Polska kibasi, 39 to 42-ounce packages, $8.88 each, and boneless, skinless, fresh salmon side cuts are $5.49 a pound. In the produce department, selected varieties of Eastern apples, 3-pound bags, 2 for $5, and Haas variety avocados are 77 cents each. In our deli department, Sugardale Virginia Classic ham is $6.99 a pound, and this week, selected varieties of Kraft chunk or shredded cheese, 7 to 8-ounce packages, 2 for $5.
So get in as those fantastic fall savings continue at Coons Market. Coons Market, a Pittsburgh tradition.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Clouds will limit sunshine for the rest of today. Brisk and chilly, a brief shower in places, the high 50 to 54. Partly cloudy, cold tonight, though 34 to 38. For tomorrow, remaining quite cool with intervals of clouds and sun and a high of 53. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Retirement, it's almost here. Are you ready? Well, join Kurt Kanodik and Ethan Lane of Accurate Solutions Group for your retirement blueprint. Let Kurt and Ethan help you plan for your retirement dreams. Don't miss your retirement blueprint, Sundays at 10. Investment advisory services offered through ASG Investment Management, LLC.
It's Marty Griffin on the voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Anyone bother candy yet? I bet that's Bill Saris. I bet that is. It's crazy what's happened with chocolate. Tariffs and... is that Billy Saris? Yeah? It is. Bill's a good friend and a fantastic businessman and makes the best chocolate on earth. And I've been doing some research. It's crazy what's happened to cocoa prices with tariffs and then the price of just the cocoa. And then I was at Oakmont Bakery, and Mark Sorreo told me that Hershey, and I haven't bought candy yet for the kids for Halloween. We usually get 300 to 400 people, so that's going to cost us I'm not complaining. It's just a dramatic change. But Soraya said Hershey spiked prices by 40%, which is crazy. It's a lot. It's that a lot going on at the same time for folks making a living making this stuff, and the game has changed. Billy Saris, best in the game. Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
Hi, Marty.
My man, you've had to juggle a lot of different changes in price, have you not, sir?
Yeah, it's that supply chain issue right now, with prices and everybody raising prices across the board.
So what's cocoa at, man?
It's about 4 times what it was a few years ago. So I think it's up to close to 8,000.
8,000 what?
2,100. 8,000 per ton.
Wow. And it was $2 million.
Pardon?
It was 2,000.
It was 2,000. Yep.
Wow.
So that'll. Yeah. So when you sit there, and I heard you say Hershey's went up 40%.
Is that accurate?
On top of that, you've got tariffs on top of that. Wow. Just to give you an idea, like that, a tariff on $100,000 is $17,000.
Whoa! And how's that paid, Billy?
It's paid right on the front end.
Oh wow.
Okay, where that money goes, we haven't figured it out yet. It just comes on the invoice.
Wow.
It says, here's your tariffs, pay the bill.
Wow. Hey, by the way, he is not complaining. He never complains. I begged him to come on because of this dramatic change. How do you adapt, Billy?
Yeah,
how do you adapt without tripling prices? How do you do it?
Well, right now we held prices from our previous year, so we're at the same price that we were. We did not go up in price.
Whoa.
So some of this stuff we are going to absorb it for now. And hopefully, I know, and Hershey's as well, because we keep in touch with the people at Hershey's and Mars who are working really hard to try to say, hey, we can't manufacture cocoa beans. Okay? They can only be grown in specific places. So why are you tariffing something? Because the beans come here and they're made into chocolate here in the States.
Nice point.
So you're not getting chocolate from Europe or from Africa. You're getting beans.
Wow.
And the processing is done here.
Wow.
So it's interesting. And if Hershey and Mars can't eliminate those tariffs, I surely can't.
No. Hey, Billy, how do you eat that, man? That's a lot. How do you do it?
Well, you just try to do it, and we'll see what happens because our prices are set through Easter.
Oh.
And then we'll address it after that to see what we need to do.
Wow. Hey, Billy.
Yeah.
What's demand like, brother?
The demand is the same. I haven't seen much change in that. I know, candy's a luxury item. So when food prices are high, gas is high, okay, your electric is in your house, your electric bill, your water bill, all those go up. The last thing they're going to buy is chocolate. They're going to buy food first. Food's number one.
Nice point.
Rent is number two.
You're right.
So everything else after that is just, discretionary income or whatever you have. So you'll see people are buying less, and we hope they're buying good stuff. Now, if you're going to spend your money, buy something good.
So, Billy, is it safe for me to say you have spent hundreds of thousands in tariffs, or over 100,000 at least?
I'll tell you exactly what it is. It's $68,000 a month.
No. Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
That's on the tariff end. That's what we pay. Wow. The last 3 months, that's what we've paid since it came into play.
Are you angry about that?
Sure, you're angry about it. You can't. You're not. Let me put it this way. I don't know about angry, but you're not happy.
No.
Okay. There's nothing I can do. Getting mad about it isn't going to solve the problem.
No, that's true.
You just have to address it and do what you have to do to maintain your people, your employees, your business, and go from there.
Well, first of all, you're a businessman. You focus on the product and quality. You don't get involved, and he never, ever gets involved in politics. That doesn't help anyone, does it, sir?
Not at all. Politics doesn't help me at all. There's no sense, even looking at it, even worrying about it, even discussing it.
Wow. So you're eating $68,000 a month and a 4-time increase in cocoa in the last couple of years. Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Chocolate's supposed to be, supposed to be a treat, something to enjoy and whenever you want.
Damn.
So it's going to be an interesting 2026.
Wow. Hey, my man, at some point, you got to raise prices or you're going to lose it, right?
At some point, you're not going to have that choice, and that'll be determined at the end of probably in May.
Oh.
By June 1st.
And how often do you crunch these numbers, brother?
All the time.
Yeah, you're my man. I love them.
You do it all the time. That's what we do.
Wow. One of the best businessmen I've ever known in my life, and a great
God, thanks.
How's my man Norm feeling?
Norm's feeling much, much better, getting all kind of good, positive news.
He's a warrior.
So we're happy with that.
He's a warrior,
a lot
brother.
of good things to be happy about.
He's a warrior. Is he? And he's been working through this maddening pain from chemo. It's amazing.
He's been working and says, you tell him to stay home, and he goes, no, I need to be there. Sitting home thinking is it's better off coming to work and you're busy and passes the time.
I lived it, and he's right on.
You understand.
Bill Saris, brilliant man, great man, amazing chocolate. Thank you, sir, for the truth. Appreciate it.
Hey, Marty, thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay, I'm shocked by that. So $68,000 a month just in tariffs. And cocoa beans from 2 to 8,000. Whoo! That is wild.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Let me tell you about this new Pretzel Cheddar Club. Hey, I'm Carlos.
And I'm Ebony. And a little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A Pretzel Cheddar Club
is the tangy Dijon with the pretzel bun. It takes it to a whole nother level.
It goes perfectly with the chicken and the cheddar cheese and the bacon.
Man, you know how much you love bacon. And I love the different varieties. Grilled, spicy, original. It gets you nice and excited for fall.
Order the Pretzel Cheddar Club with Cherry Berry and Sprite for a limited time on the Chick-fil-A app. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
There's nothing like when you get that part from eBay and it just fits. Yeah, the first time. So you can do less of this and get right back to more of this. At eBay, you'll find all the parts you need, guaranteed to fit, at prices you'll love. Sounds good, doesn't it? eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Most transactions, relationships, engagements with a lawyer is transactional, right? Business dealings, divorce, taxes, whatever criminal case, whatever ends up being. Not with Julian Gray. His law firm has become an integral part of our family. My wife, her parents are struggling in Florida. Julian Gray's social workers did amazing things to help them in Florida. My sister is struggling with pancreatic cancer and wants an estate plan, and she's talking to him right now. He spent a month on estate plan for myself and my wife, GrayAutoLaw.com. They're amazing. The way they handle you like family is kind of why I'm telling you this story about how it's affected my family's life and how it's become more than transactional. It's made a massive difference in our lives. GrayAutoLaw.com. 412-458-6000. 412-458-6000.
Protect your liver and give it the support it deserves with Active Liver from New Nordic. Find Active Liver in stores at your local CVS, Meijer Grocery, or online at Amazon or at newnordicusa.com.
Hey, folks, Marty here, Voss TV and Appliance. You'll find the best prices and selection, name brand TVs and appliances. Third-generation family business that's built on relationships, not commissions. From sales, installation at Voss, Rick, Matt, the entire Voss team are experts who know appliances and TVs inside and out. They won't leave you hanging after the sale. Visit Voss, South Hill Showroom, 412-650-VOSS, 412-650-VOSS. The best prices guaranteed.
At Baths R Us, we believe home improvement is life improvement, and that starts with the team who brings your vision to life. Our installers aren't just skilled, they're experts.
This is who we are. This is what we do all day, every day.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement, or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel. Plus, low to no monthly payments. Call 412-556-BATH to schedule your free estimate, or go to bathsrus.com, 412-556-2284. Baths R Us, where dreams soak in.
Celebrate the spooky season with Zero Res and get 3 rooms of carpet cleaned starting at just $129. And take 15% off your air duct and dryer vent cleaning, too. Book online at ZeroResPGH.com. Save big today.
Free play at Bocce House. Check it out. BocceHouse.com. Cool.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
To get this special radio offer, go to leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today and get up to 30% off. That's leaffilter.com/deal for up to 30% off. leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
Check this out. Hofstadt's Oakmont, one of my boy JK spots, has the Thanksgiving dinner for you. Dinner for 6. They make it. Orders have to be in by November 4th. Everything, salad, turkey, all the meat, stuffing, gravy, and dessert right there. Don't worry. Instructions for reheating included. Give thanks and eat good food from Hofstadt's. Hofstadt's rocks. JK won't mind if you tell your family you cooked it yourself. Hofstadt's Thanksgiving. Check it out. UPMC, life-saving, life-changing information. Wonderful.
Where Pittsburgh comes to talk. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
I'm amazed by a businessman. I had no idea that Billy Saris is paying $70,000 a month just in tariffs. Whoa! Damn. Wow. And then, what do you say, Patrick? Cocoa bean prices have quadrupled, right? From
Yes.
2 to 8,000 a ton. Wow.
Huge spike.
Wow. I had to grab Sorreo, who's one of my closest friends. Man, have you been to his joint out there, the Oaks? That place is unbelievable.
Oh, I love that theater.
Place is unbelievable. We went last week to the Rocky Horror Picture Show, and him and his son, who's just as cool as Mark, and they had, it was sold out, first of all. Second, the place is gorgeous. Third, they have this massive screen. Fourth, on the stage with the movie playing, they had all the actors playing it out. It's just cool, man. It's a great, great place. Oakmont, man. Cool town. And they have something going this weekend. I know they do. Mark's on the phone. Hey, brother, how are you?
Hey, Marty. Good. How you doing?
Is there a fall fest out there right now? Right? Oakmont?
Yeah, this weekend.
Yeah.
This weekend we have the Halloween parade on Saturday, and
nice.
Yep, all kinds of stuff going on in the Boulevard. We have Earth, Wind, and Fire tribute band tonight at the Oaks, which is the most amazing band.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I love that place. You guys do an amazing job, Mark. Wow.
Thanks, Marty.
I'm serious, man. My son hadn't been there, and we brought him, and he loved it. It's just It's amazing what your family does, and everything you do, man, is.
I love it. They've used to call the Oaks the jewel of Oakmont, and I mean it's been around since 1938 or 32, so it's coming up on 100 years. It's one of the only single-screen theaters in the country that's never been closed.
Here's why I love Sorreo, and his son and his family. So we're in there, and it's 9 o'clock at night, and Mark's been up since 3 in the morning.
3:30.
3:30. And same with Tony. And you know what they said to me? This is our fun job. I love you guys. I told my son.
That's true.
Hey, Mark, I told my son, this is what successful people do. But the key, Mark, isn't it finding something you love, right?
That's right. Doing something you like to do. Yep.
I love it, man. All right, so I had Billy on here, Saris. Wow, $70,000 a month he pays in tariffs, and cocoa beans have gone up by 800%, from 2 to 8,000. How do you? So, and then I hear, because you use, how much Hershey chocolate do you use?
Well, I mean, we use Hershey candy bars to put on top of our Oakmonters, and we go through about 2 to 3 cases of those a week. And one case is 12 boxes of 30 bars. So they went up 40%. They went from, I think, $27 a box, which is just a box of 30 bars. Now they're $42. That was just in like one jump. There was nothing in between.
What?
Which is unusual, but you know, our cocoa prices, we don't go through anywhere near the volume that that Billy goes through, of course. But our cocoa over the last few years has doubled and tripled. In the last few months, it's gone up significantly, the cocoa. So as far as tariffs go, we haven't really seen any additional charges on tariffs. I guess it just gets absorbed into the price increases. I'm not sure.
But just as a business owner, man, you have to sit down and think, what the hell do we do with a 40% pop in something, right? How do we manage this without jacking up prices, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and like Billy said, we don't change prices, every time something goes up. We have the bird flu. The eggs go up quadruple. They come back down, chocolate goes up. You know, cream cheese is floating around in the ocean or wherever it comes from, and it goes up, triple, and then it comes back down. So there's always a reason, like during COVID, they were saying that cream cheese was floating around, but I mean, it comes from Philadelphia to us. It might be in the river. But there's always a reason, and there's always an increase, and there's always a decrease, and so we probably in 3 months we'll look at all of our prices again because there's been a lot of increases and make adjustments. But it is hard, we don't really like to raise prices.
40% though, Mark. Jesus.
Yeah, 40% on one item.
Wow.
One item on top of one. So the price of of the Oak Monitor, for instance, went up 50 cents. So it's not like every ingredient in the Oak Monitor went up.
Yeah. It's fascinating, though. It's a moving target, too.
Yep.
So
that's part of business.
It is, man. You kick ass. So does Billy. So this guy texted me, one of my boys, said, the Earth, Wind, and Fire band you have tonight is the best in the country. Is that true?
It is. I mean, it is unbelievable. It's an unbelievable band. There's like, I think 20 people in the band.
What?
It's unbelievable, and they are so good. It's my favorite. It's one of my very favorite bands that comes to the Oaks.
I can't sing, man. My voice is shot today.
No.
Wow. Is Sal Ricchetti have something to do with it?
Yeah, he runs the band.
Oh, wow. Okay. I love Sal.
Yeah. And he plays the drums. He's so good. They're top-notch, act. They really are.
Oh, he's the drummer. Is it sold out?
Yep. No, right now it's like 250, and I think we hold like 350.
Good for you, man. I might bring my son.
You should. He won't know any of the songs, but you will.
No, it's a hell yeah, I will. I love him. My man, I love you. You're one of my favorite people on earth because you get it and you do everything right. Thanks, Mark.
Thanks, Marty. Take care. Bye.
40% jump. One item. I haven't bought Halloween candy yet, but I'm guessing. Have you, Patrick? Have you noticed?
Yeah, it definitely went up this year.
Oh,
no question. Yeah, we've got all of ours done, but I might need to get some more.
Man, 40%, and then Billy's paying $68,000 a month in tariffs. That's aggravating as hell. Man.
Only 1 in 5 people with disabilities, including those with autism, are employed, despite many having the skill set and desire to work.
Maybe it's because employers don't know what kind of jobs they can do?
Okay, try me.
What about a programmer?
That is a job for someone with autism.
What about a teacher?
That is a job for someone with autism.
Oh, how about a healthcare worker?
Yes, those are all jobs for someone with autism. The truth is, qualified people with autism can do a lot of different jobs, but often get overlooked due to outdated stigmas and beliefs. Businesses value diversity, but sometimes don't recognize the unique strengths and abilities of the autism community. Introducing WIN, the Workplace Inclusion Now program by Autism Speaks. We help businesses lead the way in inclusive hiring.
Ooh, what about a ranch hand?
Yeah! Sure, that's a job for someone with autism too. To learn more, go to autismspeaks.org/win. That's autismspeaks.org/win.
Think back to the last time you were in nature. What comes to mind? Hiking through a lush forest, floating on a lazy river, or perhaps watching a vibrant sunset on a beach full of glistening plastic bottles and food wrappers. Unfortunately, this isn't a joke. Here in the U.S., we generate the most plastic waste in the world, with 70% of it ending up in landfills. And by the time you're done listening to this ad, more than a dump truck's worth of plastic will have made it into the ocean. Plastic has become a useful part of our everyday lives, but it's polluting the air, water, and soil that all life needs to survive. This is a human problem that can be solved with human action. But it's going to take all of us, from individuals to businesses to governments and everyone in between. Help create a cleaner future for both people and nature. Visit wwf.earth/plastics.
From the Aetna Medicare Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 48 degrees at 1:30. I'm David Ballarado. A Harmony Township man is facing a number of charges after the Attorney General's office says he posted AI-generated photos depicting sexual abuse of minors. 20-year-old Benjamin Steiger posted the photos on X, allegedly, many of which were AI-generated deep fakes showing the victims engaged in intimate activities. He's also accused of stalking a former partner. Bail was set at $100,000 and posted. Steiger will now be monitored by electronic surveillance. The September inflation report is out, and whether it was good or bad depends in part on whom you ask. The AP's Ed Donahue has more.
The government says inflation remained elevated last month. The Labor Department says it's a mixed picture. Gas prices went up. Rent cost cooled. Growth appears steady, but hiring is slowed. White House economic advisor Kevin Hassett says the numbers were fantastic.
The top line number actually was inflated because there was a shutdown of a refinery in Indiana that made gas prices go up a lot in September, but we've seen those have already come down, so we're highly confident that the next number will even be below this.
But House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries says President Trump promised on day one cost would go down. The numbers show inflation has risen more slowly than many economists expected when President Trump imposed sweeping tariffs. Ed Donahue, Washington.
And the CPI numbers generally getting some credit for the market rallying today. The Dow is up more than 1%. It's currently higher by 537 points. The NASDAQ is up also more than 1%. It's up 291 points. And the S&P 500 is higher by 63 points. KDK Radio News Time 1:32. Our next update's at 2. I'm David Ballarado on the Voice of Pittsburgh News Radio, KDKA.
Marty here on behalf of MediConnect. You a veteran or close to or over the age of 65? Call MediConnect. You may be missing out on Medicare benefits that you've earned for your service. MediConnect is a top-rated local company that will match you with the right Medicare plan that fits your needs. 5-star Google-rated MediConnect. Call 888-818-6334. MediConnect. It's Medicare made simple. It's an absolutely amazing company, MetaConnect.
If you're thinking about retiring soon, be sure to tune into the Net Worth Financial Hour with Beth Andrews of Net Worth Advisors, Saturdays at 1. Beth talks about the latest trends and headlines that could impact your retirement. Don't go into retirement unprepared. Listen every Saturday afternoon at 1 to the Net Worth Financial Hour with Beth Andrews of Net Worth Advisors. Firm offers insurance services. Net Worth Advisors, LLC, is a registered investment advisor.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. Come celebrate Levin's huge anniversary sale with my friend Robert Levin and his team. Amazing savings, starting up with 80% off clearance and special buys, plus $105 instant anniversary sale discount on purchases of $9.98 or more, and 5-year special financing on qualifying purchases of $24.99 or more. Let me repeat, save 20% store-wide, plus $105 instant discount and 5-year special financing. Levin's huge sale.
Because we have lawyers in all 50 states, I see lots of lawyers' ads. Most seem to be bragging on results, but are they true or misleading? For example, in some cases, a firm may try a case even though the at-fault party has no lawyer, then brag in the ad about their results. My son Matt got one for nearly $50 million, but we never collected one dime. Some lawyers may say they got a result even though they were sitting second chair at a firm like mine, and even though they had little to do with it. Happens all the time. All that glitters is not gold. At Morgan & Morgan, our results are real. Visit forthepeople.com and go to settlements and verdicts to see for yourself what your case may be worth before you hire a law firm. Do your homework. Fact check. It's easy and too important not to. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
Injured? Dial pound law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
As an athlete, I'm all about performance and my overall health. I've wanted to improve my smile for a while, but I thought braces was the only option. A friend of mine mentioned she was improving her smile with Invisalign, so I checked out with my local orthodontist and found out that Invisalign could work for me as well. After a quick scan, my orthodontist created my Invisalign plan, and I couldn't be more excited to start. Check out Invisalign.com to find a doctor in your neighborhood. It's great that there are trained Invisalign doctors in our own community here. Invisalign.com.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Clouds will limit sunshine the rest of today. It'll be brisk and chilly. A few places will get a shower, high 50 to 54. Partly cloudy tonight, low 34 to 38. Tomorrow, intervals of clouds and sun with a high of 53. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Open enrollment is here until December 7th. Will your doctors remain in network? Get free personalized Medicare plan comparisons from locally owned Need Part C right now. Top national and regional carriers. Medicare can be confusing, but it doesn't have to be with Need Part C. NeedPartC.com.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at KennyRoss.com.
At LendSeek, we know running a business takes heart, hustle, and sometimes a little help. That's why we stand with you with our exclusive AI lending platform, connecting you to over 100 funders. If you've been in business for at least 2 years with a minimum annual revenue of $500,000, you can get up to $1 million in funding in as fast as 24 hours. No collateral, no prepayment penalties, no red tape. Apply today with no cost or obligation at lendseek.com. That's LENDSEEK.com.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. Ever wonder why Big Wireless wants you on an unlimited plan? They probably want you to cover the cost of those 20-somethings using all that data every month. But most people 50 and up like me only use 12 gigs or less. Don't get bamboozled by Big Wireless. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Our plans start at just $20. And we use the same towers as the big guys. Join the millions who choose something better. Because if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
One of my close friends and one of the best lawyers in America on the V-Mix right now, Phil DeLucente. I had to grab Phil. It's actually fascinating what happens in the courts. And we engaged in this argument last week about what they call unsecured bonds. So, Phil, that kid that had a $200,000 unsecured bond, I want to ask you what happens in the interworkings of the court system. So, Ed Borkowski hears about this. He revokes the kid's bond, and now they have a warrant out for him. Help me. How does that happen, Phil, and why does a judge do that? I'm not picking on anyone. I'm just, how does that happen, brother, and why?
Yeah, so I can't explain something that I don't know on these specific
No,
facts.
I mean in general. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, in general, when you see something like this, what happens is a lot of times the district attorney, whether it's this county or another county, things will be brought to their attention. And so they will then file a motion to revoke, putting their counsel on notice, putting that person on notice that they need to appear in front of this judge on this date at this time. In this county, Judge Borkowski, typically, he's one of the hardest working judges. He does the bond hearings. And so when you're the defense lawyer, one thing you always hear as a defense lawyer, if bonds originally denied on behalf of your client, and it's a non-homicide first-degree murder case, and you petition to have it revisited by the court, what the court will always say to you is, well, what's the change of circumstances?
Nice.
So here you go, Mr. DeLucenti, you're here again, but what's the change of circumstances? You argued before, and we've already denied you, so why are you back? And that's just typically how it goes. Now, that's not all the elements of why bonds granted, but that's...
So Phil, again, big picture stuff. In this case, since they revoked the bond, and now they want to go out and get this kid, did someone believe that he's a danger or a flight risk? And so the judge said, bring him back in, sir?
Yeah, and typically it's the district attorney getting notice from one way or another. And what happens a lot of times is there's pretrial services also does a very good job. They don't get enough credit. They're sort of like, Marty, you handle a lot of federal cases you've commentated on. And in the federal system, we have the United States Probation Office. They're similar to the pretrial services office. And in both systems, and I'm not just saying this for my own benefit, of course, they really, just like federal agents, FBI, IRS agents, nobody gets paid enough. Nope. That's the other thing. They have so much on their plate and so much responsibility. And if one case out of a million, for whatever reason, it's like, well, what was their recommendation? And it's sort of nonsensical from my perspective a lot of times. They do a good job.
So, woman gets arrested by Krause's people 2 days ago. Bunch of arrests, had knives on her, tried to hurt the cops. $500 bond, 10% to get out, $50. She hits the streets. Borkowski revokes her bond yesterday afternoon. Same deal?
Yes. Okay. So, and the standard that's used is, you also hear is, are they a threat to the community? Is there going to be any further criminal, is there a likelihood of that? As well as, their ties to the community, and are they going to show up for court? Those are really the big basic ones. Now, they do take into consideration, so everybody's aware, even though you and I have disagreed at times, they will go through somebody's history. I do take exception to when you might have a guy that's arrested 9 times and people say, well, he was arrested 9 times. Yeah, but was he convicted at all? I mean, so, like, what if he was acquitted 9 times? He could always be at the wrong place at the wrong time kind of guy. I know
so Phil, though, is there a political side to this? Because we've been pressing, as you know, this whole woke thing. And so you had 2 cases that I screamed about in the last 3 days. And in both cases, woke judges set them free. And then Borkowski steps in and says, come on back. Is there any politics to that, sir?
Well, you're claiming they're woke judges. Here's the way I see it overall.
Just answer the question, counselor.
Here's the way I see it.
My man.
When I started practicing, and right after 9/11, I started to see a chilling effect, right?
Right.
The officers could do no wrong. Right. It was throw everybody in jail. Then we got this crazy period, which was the craziest of my lifetime, end of 2019 to 23. And then it was everybody was just doing whatever they wanted to do. And so, yes, there was that gravitation. Now,
hold on, though. Phil, with these 2 cases, though, is there politics involved? One says walk, The other one says, screw that, you're coming back. Why? Is it a philosophy, Phil? This happened in 24 hours.
Yeah, I mean, look, every judge ultimately gets to decide whoever's in front of them, their fate. On one side, you don't want to have a debtor's prison.
No.
No, seriously.
No, I get it.
You don't want a debtor's prison, but at the same time, and once again, what have I talked about with Congressman Reschenthaler, one of the greatest congressmen of all time? I said, we got to bring more money into the system. Everyone say, oh, there you go. No, I'm fiscally conservative. I'm just saying, if this is such an issue, let's put ankle bracelets on them.
But hold on, Phil, isn't this Eddie Borkowski saying this is wrong? He's yanking them back in, right?
Yes, absolutely. Okay. And it's Eddie Borkowski who he's also a common pleas judge.
He is.
What folks have to understand about the magisterial district judges, and I think it's good that they could not have to be lawyers, because a lot of this is back, in neighborhood disputes. But he's, he went to law school. He was head of homicide. He knows the law inside and out. And so this is definitely him saying, with the facts that have been presented. But here's what we don't know. You don't know it. I don't know it. Only they know it. What facts were presented in front of that magistrate at the time versus the common pleas court? And so people are going to have that disconnect. And let me just say this, okay? Because you were a little testy last time. We do not have a perfect system. Right. We got the best system going.
Isn't it fair to say, though, that Eddie B is a more law and order guy? And that's a compliment. Isn't that fair?
I think he was the head prosecutor for homicide. Yep. And I think that all I can tell you is, in my circumstance, he's been extremely fair.
He's wonderful.
He gets through the chaff to get to the wheat, and he's fast. He can read a room really fast. Like, remember Weddick, Judge Weddick in the civil division? He was the same way. He'd do happy hour. He'd see through something in about 5 seconds.
Ed is more law and order. He doesn't want these thugs roaming the streets. That's what I know.
No, absolutely. But, he shouldn't be parceled out. None of the judges over there do in the common pleas division. Good point.
My man, Phil D. Man, that shirt and tie and your hair, man, you look good today. Wow.
Well, I stopped walking down the street eating pizza in pink shirts because of this great new law that the Pittsburgh police allegedly have. I don't even know if that's true, but that's insanity.
My man.
Stop and frisk. All right.
Phil De La Sente, great stuff, brother.
Have a good one.
Love him.
Listen to the Marty Griffin Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
I've devoted my life to this moment, the moment when you need me most. I realize you didn't plan for this, but I did. I've been here many times before, and I'm ready now. I know you don't want to be here, but here, now, is where you need to be. In the hands of the Heart Team, St. Clair Health. Healing lives here.
Hey, what's up, flies? This is David Spade.
Dana Carvey.
Look, I know we never actually left, but I'll just say it. We are back with another season of Fly on the Wall.
Every episode, including ones with guests, will now be on video. Every Thursday, you'll hear us and see us chatting with big-name celebrities.
And every Monday, you're stuck with just me and Dana. We react to news, what's trending, viral clips.
Follow and listen to Fly on the Wall everywhere you get your podcasts.
You've still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it hard to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Mark your calendars for KDKA WPIAL Selection Saturday. Presented by Penn West University at 1 o'clock. Listen right here on the flagship station of the WPIAL. Who's in and who's out of the playoffs for high school football. KDKA Radio is the only place you can find out first. Saturday at 1. High school football lives on 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
When it's cancer, life gets complicated. The AHN Cancer Navigation Team guides you through. Appointments, expert specialists, emotional support, done. Because at AHN, we see you. Visit ahn.org/cancer team. When it's cancer, AHN knows. Life takes a village. Cancer takes a team. The AHN Cancer Navigation Team gets you the support you need. An expert care plan, financial guidance, emotional support. Visit ahn.org/cancer team.
Do you think your car is not worth much? Well, think again. At Memorial Highway Chevrolet, we are giving you the highest possible price on your trade-in. No matter the make, model, or year, we want it. Plus, with inventory moving fast and bonuses at an all-time high, there's never been a better time to trade up. Whether you're upgrading or just curious what your car is worth, now is the time to act because these trade-in values won't last forever. Visit memorialdeals.com or come visit us at 2430 Lebanon Church Road in West Mifflin. Memorial Highway Chevrolet. We're dealing.
Here's a harsh fact. 40% of women and almost 20% of men suffer from varicose or spider veins. And if you think this is just a cosmetic problem, think again. Varicose or spider veins, if left untreated, can lead to swollen or discolored legs, cramping, the inability to stand or walk, neuropathy, even worse, blood clots, which can travel to other parts of your body. But here's the good news. Advanced Medical Vein Treatment Centers offers plans that treat and cure the condition, not just cover up. Grab your phone, take down this number, and call 800-587-1248. That's 800-587-1248. When you call, you'll get free information on how you can live your life to the fullest again. Walk, exercise, sleep well. Your vein problems will not go away on their own, and in time can lead to major health issues. Call Advanced Medical Vein today for free information on fast and easy solutions that are covered by most insurance plans, Medicare included. Call 800-587-1248. That's 800-587-1248 today.
Don't delay in getting that plumbing repair done. Call Palucci Plumbing today for all of your plumbing needs. From trenchless sewer repair and waterline repairs and replacement, hot water tanks, sewer camera inspections, to Pittsburgh body repairs, no job is too small for Palucci Plumbing. Owners Amy and Nick Palucci have been in business for 26 years, so give them a call for your next plumbing repair or replacement. Palucci Plumbing, 412-782-5050. That's 412-782-5050.
And now for a business news update from the Pittsburgh Business Times. I'm managing editor Mike Larson. Federated Hermes is expanding its real estate capabilities in the U.S. via its second private markets acquisition of 2025. The Pittsburgh-based investment giant is acquiring 80% of FCP Fund Manager LP, a privately held U.S. real estate investment manager based in Chevy Chase, Maryland. FCP has invested in, operated, or financed more than $14.6 billion in gross asset value since inception, including more than 75,000 multifamily apartment units. The aggregate purchase price of up to $331 million includes $215.8 million in cash and $23.2 million in Federated Hermes Class B common stock that will be paid and issued at closing, expected during the first half of 2026. Also, Mission Barbecue is set to open a new location in Cranberry, its third in the Pittsburgh region. The chain will formally open its doors at 2229 Route 19 on Tuesday, October 28th at noon. Mission Barbecue first opened in Maryland in 2011, founded by former Under Armour executive Bill Krause and former Outback Steakhouse Regional Vice President Steve Newton. The restaurant's expanded to over 140 locations across the U.S. and operates two other Pittsburgh locations, one in Robinson and one in Monroeville. For more on these stories and other local business news, log on to pittsburghbusinesstimes.com. I'm Mike Larson.
Have an issue in your community? Talk about it now with Marty Griffin. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Law and order, man. It's all that matters to me. The sad state of affairs is that I see these criminal records, and I see, the one kid in the robberies at the gun stores is 12 years old. And Patrick had him on the stream. We had the video from inside the gun store. No exaggeration, Patrick, my man could not see above the gun counter.
No, not over the counter at all. It's ridiculous.
12 years old.
Insane.
12. Stealing guns from a federal offense. Gun stores.
Jesus.
Loading up cars. And his cohorts all of them had at least 8 arrests. And one of them after the judge released him, went out and committed a mass shooting, shot 4 people at that party. And my point is that the sad side of all this law and order stuff in the debates I have is that these are kids. And look, we want justice, and we want hardcore criminals off the streets, but the sad story is they're done, man. My man is robbing gun stores at 12. He's done. He's cooked. He's toast. He's dead to the world. He has no chance. And multiply that by a couple million kids in America in this underbelly of dysfunctional families and crime-ridden cultures and kids who don't give a damn whether they live or die. It's hard. It's kind of weird when I get a criminal jacket from a judge for a 15-year-old who has 12 or 13 arrests. It's weird. I mean, 13, man. 15 years old, man. It's awful. And the shooting at the Ross Park Mall is the ultimate. The kid who was a 15 who was arrested, he was in court that day for a crime his brother committed. This is the truth. Sorry, I'm losing my voice today. I have no idea why. And he's in the courtroom, and his brother's in court. He leaves the courtroom, steals a car, and goes and shoots his friends, so-called, at the Ross Park Mall, 16 years old. I can't wrap my arms around that, the sadness of that, like the horror of that, the hopelessness, the senselessness. I mean, what's the end game there? They're as good as done. I mean, how do you turn that around? I don't know. I can't answer that question. And no one ever can. So I got this list of juveniles, of 400 of them, 400 that all should be in jail today, and they're not. And 8 of them are dead. So they should be in jail, and 8 are dead. Truth. And I love Phil, but he's a defense lawyer. And you hear what he said? Put an ankle monitor on them. Well, Phil, I have the memo. 7 of 10 of the kids take the monitors off. Just cut them off and say, screw you. This is what? This is our future? I told you, man, there's kids at Brashear High School with felonies that go to school every day and do nothing but walk up and down the halls. That's it. They don't ever go into class. What the hell happens to them? No, really. Where are we at with that? How do we help them? Can we save them? So look, I'm all about law and order and prisons and jail time, but man, there's some despair there. This is our burden. Because if you don't build schools, and if they don't go to school, what do you build? Jails, prisons. And it's horrible. It's horrible. And it's depressing. And it sucks. And the poor kids don't have a damn chance. And it crosses all racial, ethnic. It's headed into the suburbs, in rural areas, Westmoreland County. I'm telling you, man, don't just suggest, oh, this is just a group of kids in the hood. It's not true anymore. Same dysfunction. Fayette County, Westmoreland County, Butler County. Drugs, crime, kids who are sideways, committing crimes on a daily basis. And it's horrible, and it's destructive, and it's painful, and I don't know what the hell to do. Before I go, gotta congratulate the Fan winning the Marconi. It's the Academy Award of radio. I'm serious. They kick ass. Big time. Guess who won it last year? We did. Congrats. And to the man himself, the man behind it, SPAC, bringing it, leading it, creating opportunity. It is pretty damn cool. Pretty damn cool.
The KDKA mobile news fleet is driven by Jim Shorkey Kia, North Huntington and Wexford. JimShorkeyKia.com.